Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm just super perfect. I wasn't sure if I missed it.
Ben, put your second.
And welcome to Oregon Sports Beat, about ready to get kicked off with some more PIL football between the Franklin Lightning and the Lincoln Cardinals. Dave, Lincoln coming off a big 43-6 win last Thursday, I should say. Obviously, it can't talk enough about the power of Emmett Togney on the ground.
Let me tell you why this is such an important game tonight. Both these teams, last week was the first week of league play in the PIL. Both these teams are 1-0 in league play. Franklin is 3-1 overall. They're ranked number 26. They had a very easy pre-league schedule. Cardinals are ranked 30th. They're 2-2. They had those tough games against Bend and Newburgh. So this is a big game for both of these teams tonight. Somebody in this game is going to, well, Lincoln has a chance to be 2-0 in league play. So either one of these teams could be 2-0.
3-0. Lincoln's played McDaniel and Jefferson.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. Right. 2-0 in league play, Lincoln is. They could be 3-0. Franklin is 1-1 in league play. They could be 2-1 or
a loss to Roosevelt, 40-27 last Thursday night. They led at the half in that game, and despite the loss, Franklin still put up 358 yards of passing offense and 27 points. So something that Lincoln's going to have to adjust for, a passing type offense. Saw a little bit of that against Newburgh for sure, but I don't think the Tigers threw to the extent that Franklin is going to. We talked to their coach pregame, and he said that we're going to throw the ball till they stop us.
Coach Grimes said that exactly. You know, I said, what's your offensive philosophy? And he said, we're going to throw the ball till they make us stop. So we'll see if Cardinal can do that. They look very good defensively. Last week they held Jefferson scored on the last play of the game, or Cardinal would have had a shutout.
And if Lincoln can carry over that momentum, again, looks like they're going to face a Franklin team tonight that both teams trying to prove something. Lincoln's trying to prove that despite the losses we had, we played really good teams and we're better than our record shows. Franklin trying to prove, even though we had an easy non-conference schedule, we don't want that to weigh us down. They're going to have to prove that this offense is going to be electric and can take down the Lincoln Cardinals.
For those of you who haven't seen Franklin's field before, it's beautiful. Before they redid this field, it was a mud bowl.
I played here my freshman year, and when we came back, all our parents, because they did the laundry, were not happy, I'll tell you that. Our coach said it was old school football, and it certainly was. Did a really good job redoing Franklin High School.
Ben was a kicker for Lincoln 7 years ago. Now he's
on the dot
senior at Oregon State.
Great time playing Lincoln football. Glad to see tradition being carried on by Coach Cody Schnoffer, who we had the pleasure of talking before the game. And he seemed to really like their performance last week, wants to carry it into this tonight.
A couple of players that aren't going to be playing tonight for Lincoln. One of them is Piersnick, who had a good game rushing last week. He's not going to play. And Patty Ryan's not going to play. He tore his ACL. He's out for the season.
Really tough to see that for Patty Ryan. Fortunately, he is only a freshman, so he will be back. This one's going to be taking a short kick at the 15. Number 3, Bastian Bowden brings that one out to the 25-yard line, and we're going to see Liam Eldridge under center again. Pardon me.
You're right. Franklin's going to start on offense.
Pardon me. I was going to say, pardon me. We are going to get to see Will Reed. I don't know where my brain's going right there, Dave. Thanks for checking me there. First down and 10 for Franklin from their own 25, and they're going to be out of the shotgun a lot this evening. Not playing for Franklin, number 24, one of their main running backs, Jay Sire. He's going to have to make up for the loss of him. Here's a run straight up the gut. Number 9, Josiah Heinzman picks up 7.
Heinzman for 7, straight up the middle. And you can see the Cardinal have adjusted their defensive set. They have corners on the outside, double safeties. They're looking for a pass.
One of those corners for Lincoln, number 5, Emmett Togney, Errol Brotherton, I believe, on the other side. So Franklin comes out right away with a run. They have passed for nearly double the amount of yards they ran for this season. They're going to try another run right there, this time straight into the line. No gain.
Brotherton in on that tackle that time.
So Franklin, coach, told us that Adam Grimes told us they're going to keep passing. Well, we've seen 2 runs start the game, Dave.
When we get a chance here, you can tell us a little bit about their wide receiver who has some amazing stats.
That would be Cash Landau. We'll talk about him in a minute. Empty backfield now for Will Reed. Reed in trouble trying to escape the pocket. Now he's going to reverse back the other way, and I think he's going to run for the first down. He's got some room out across the 35, out across the 40, steps out of bounds. So a first down for the Lightning on the scramble.
You know, they had him back for about a 15-yard loss, and he managed to roll to his right, get free, and cut towards the sideline. Picked up a big gain.
Brave Johnson wasn't so lucky for Jefferson last weekend being able to escape, but got to give credit to Reed there for using his legs. First down and 10 for the Franklin Lightning from their own 42-yard line. Cash Landau, wide receiver I want to talk about. 22 receptions for 411 yards this season. That one incomplete. Looking for Evan Rosenborough. But this star receiver, Cash Landau, 9 touchdowns, Dave, through 4 games. 9 touchdown receptions.
I know we talked so much about Emmett Togney last week on offense, and it was a great performance. 191 yards, total yards.
In the first in one half. Yeah.
But he's a great pass defender, too.
Two-way players these days, just so special. Emmett Togney doing it on both sides of the football. They motion number 8, Eli Oman. High snap fielded. They're going to give to 9 again, Josiah Heinzman, who's trying to push the pile. Short gain there of 3 yards, going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
We got a full house last week of high snaps. I think every snap Jefferson had was over the quarterback's head.
Just part of the rough night for Brave Johnson, so Franklin will need to avoid going into that trap, because when you get behind the high snap, you get behind the sticks, and it's almost impossible to move the ball.
And Jefferson played last week behind the sticks the whole game.
Franklin looking for their second first down of this drive. Lincoln's defense a chance to get off the field. Reed in the gun, takes the snap, pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage. That was number 11, Cameron Rank, getting in with the pass deflection for the Cardinals. 4th down.
Rank had a big game last week, not only on the pass rush, but on the defenders and the short passes. We talked with Coach Grimes. He likes to throw the ball short. They throw it often, but they throw it short and let the receivers try to get yards after a catch.
I believe that's number 6, Parker Barnett, to receive this punt for the Cardinals. 4th down and 7, Franklin from their own 45. Really nice snap. Punt is a low one, going to take a hop, and Barnett's going to pick this one up, try to bounce outside. Not able to make a man miss, wrapped up there at around the 27-yard line.
Pick that ball up when it was low on the ground, pick it up, and then try to get a couple of yards. He did.
So now we get to see Emmett Togney, Liam Eldridge, and the Lincoln Cardinal offense hoping to start the same way they did against Jefferson.
I had about a 10-minute talk with Liam's dad, Brian, before the game started, and he filled me in a lot of information about Liam and what the plans are and what his strategy is, and he's gaining confidence every week.
Obviously, rough to play Newburgh your first game. Couldn't have been easy, but definitely had some good passes. Controlled the game really well. last weekend. Eldridge takes the snap, hands it off to Emmett Togney up the middle. Togney fighting through contact, picks up 4 yards.
What we talked about before, Togney finds a hole, and when he hits the hole, he's got great acceleration. Somebody got a hand on his foot that time and pulled him down. But
I love the way Togney runs. Very physical, powerful back. Not afraid to take the contact. He's going to get it again here, a pitch left side. And again, a lot of red jerseys swarm him. That's a gain of 1. So Franklin's defense coming out strong so far. They're going to have a third down opportunity here early on.
just underway, no score.
Some raindrops coming down. I've got a couple on my paper and a couple on my phone here. We'll hope for the best. Roll out from Eldridge. He's got a man in the flat, complete for a first down and more. Down the sideline. A.J. Reverman, I believe. Pardon me, was that Togney out of the backfield? No, that was, I think that was number 11, actually.
Well, that's Cameron
Rank. Seen him make a great defensive play. And now on the offensive side of the football. So Cameron Rank, a great start to this game for the Cardinals. Here's a handoff straight up the gut to Emmett Togney, breaking loose. Togney down the sideline, inside the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Lincoln. Emmett Togney picking up right where he left off.
42 yards on that touchdown run for Togney.
So just like that, Dave, Lincoln starting off strong, and after a couple of rough run plays to start the game, they brushed that off real quickly.
I told you, it's so easy to underestimate the speed of Togney, and he just ran by everybody that time.
Showing the power and the speed, showing how good of a back he is. That is Emmett Togney. There's a flag down. I think this PAT is wide. It is. We have a flag down on the play.
And it's on Lincoln.
So this will be declined. So this will be declined. Want to give you a word from Bio Lounge. Bio Lounge is a Northwest Portland functional medicine clinic that partners with patients to support their unique health goals. Whether aiming to treat a condition, prevent chronic disease, or optimize health, our highly trained providers leverage the latest scientific research and technology to provide exceptional care and outcomes. We believe health is a lifelong journey and are proud to support the Lincoln football program.
That was a 63-yard drive in 4 plays, capped off by the 42-yard touchdown run by Emmett Togney.
And again, a slower start for Lincoln on the first couple plays of that drive. And boy, they cleaned it up real quickly. The third down conversion, something we need to talk about there too. Cameron Rank, who's had a great start to this game, another player on both sides of the ball.
Togney, 48 yards on 3 carries.
So number 3, Bastian Bowden, took the last kickoff. And it looks like Bowden's going to take this one again out at the 15. Pardon me, that is a different return man. Trying to catch the edge, he won't. Brought down at the 20. That was number 7. That was number 7, Cooper Hogg on the carry, on the return.
The object of this game is to run east and west, not north to south, and he ran north to south. Picked up a couple of yards on the kickoff.
Sometimes you see it where it really blows up and you end up losing 15 yards. Lucky that he got out to the 20. So second possession for Franklin. Will Reed in the gun from the 20-yard line. Lincoln showing some pressure. Here's a slant route that is dropped in the midst of number 8, Eli Oman, one of their leading receivers. He couldn't grab it, Dave.
You know, we talked about the pass game. Franklin's 0 for 3 on passing. Reed is. And that time, the Cardinal were coming on the blitz.
Coming on the blitz. And I couldn't tell if that pass was a little behind or if it was a drop, but Franklin's going to want to have those ones back. So, second down and 10 yards to go for Franklin for the Lightning from their own 20-yard line. Reed going to drop back to throw again. Reed in trouble, steps up. Boy, is he quick. Reed slides down for a pickup of 4, because remember, they mark you down where the quarterback gives themselves up. So it's a gain of 4.
Not a bad-looking slide.
Not a bad-looking slide, and I think that they want to keep him healthy, and that was not an intended run. Lincoln's getting good pressure, Dave.
And so it's 3rd and 6.
So third down.
Go ahead.
Yep, 3rd down and 6. I was going to say Lincoln has another opportunity to get off the field. With this 6-0 lead, 7 minutes left to play first quarter, goes to the sideline, and that is a phenomenal catch. He had to climb the ladder, made the first down reception. Ethan Amon. What a grab by Ethan.
24 yards on the reception by Amon.
That looks like a play you'd see in college football, Dave. Amon on the year, that's his 22nd reception. He now has 323 receiving yards on the season.
Great job to get up in the air and get fully extended, get his hands on that ball and pull it down.
So that keeps the drive alive, and there we see Franklin's passing offense, maybe a spark for them. There's a run up the middle, riding bodies. That's number 9 again, Josiah Heinzman. He picks up about 6 yards.
One way to cut down that blitz is to spread those receivers out. They had trip receivers to the left. They've got it again. Try to get some of those people out of the middle of the line.
So 2nd down and 5 for the Franklin Lightning from the Lincoln 45-yard line. Dropping back, Reed outside man. That is beautifully done. It's just dropped again. Looking for Eli Amon. Good route, just couldn't catch the ball. And we have an injured lineman on the Lightning. Elite Real Estate. Michelle Shahan, our dedicated realtor at Elite Real Estate, strongly supports Cardinal football, just like a strong offensive line. Ready to score your next home? Make contact with her today. Elite Real Estate.
Reed is now 1 for 5 passing that 24-yard completion to Amon.
He could easily be 3 for 5. A couple of drops by Eli Amon.
And Heitzman is 4 for 16 yards rushing.
So Franklin faced with a 3rd down, and Jefferson wasn't in Lincoln territory until the 4th quarter last game, so Lincoln already in uncharted territory compared to last week. So out of the gun, works Reed. He's looking to throw. Reed taking a long shot, and that's incomplete. Thought there was a little bit of contact, but no. And there is a flag in the backfield, however, in the realm of a hold.
We'll see if that's a hold. If it's a hold, I decline it.
I would as well. And it is. Only reason you might accept this is because this is probably 4-down territory. And this is going to be enforced. 10 yards, so it'll bring up 3rd and 15.
And Reed just overthrew that.
He did. Pretty good coverage. I was wondering if there might have been a little push in the back, but the ball was probably uncatchable. So now they're backed up back on their own side of the field. Reed in the gun on 3rd and 15. Lincoln bringing some pressure from the edge. Reed steps up, is flushed again. Reed across his body fires, and he got hit after he threw. That was a great hit from number 1, Conrad Kelsey. And it's 4th and 15.
Let me say this, Ben. He actually got hit before he threw it, and that's why that pass was short. He was trying to unload about 20 yards further downfield, and Kelsey kind of got a hand on his back as he was winding up the throw. Good job.
Great chase down by Conrad Kelsey, the senior. And Franklin, I'm sure, will boot this one away to Parker Barnett, who's standing at around his own 25-yard line.
We have Conrad Kelsey fans sitting in front of us.
Making a big impact so far. This punt is away, much higher than the last one. Fair catch called for by Barnett, and he makes it at the Lincoln 20.
Just did get that away. I'm impressed with the rush so far by the Cardinal, not only just on the pass, but on those punts too. They've had people right in front of the punter.
So Liam Eldridge and Emmett Togney and the Lincoln Cardinal offense looking to build off a fantastic first drive that was capped off by a 42-yard rush from Togney. Five minutes, 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lincoln starts 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Good atmosphere tonight, Friday Night Lights. There's a give to Emmett Togney, I believe. right into the line, no gain on the play. Good penetration from Franklin's front seven. That's something we didn't see a lot of from Jefferson last week. Franklin's going to need to do that if they want to stay in this game with Lincoln.
Cardinal currently ranked 30th. That's important because the top 32 will make the playoffs.
Franklin ahead of Lincoln in the rankings so far. Lincoln wanting to prove otherwise, and they have a 6-zip lead right now. 5:20 to play first quarter. 2nd down and 10 for the Cardinals. And we have a pre-snap penalty. This usually doesn't look good for the offense.
You know, Ben, the Cardinal won on the road last week. If they could win on the road this week, the last 4 games of the season are all at home.
A dream, especially when you win both those road games. Then you got the rest of the season at home. Try to move up as much as you can in the rankings. Toughest games they'll probably face, Grant and Wells, both at Lincoln territory. 5:16 left to play first quarter, and after the false start, Lincoln's going to want to clean that up early on. 5 minutes, 16 seconds. Eldridge drops back to throw, trying to dump this one off, and it's intercepted inside the 15-yard line. Liam Eldridge tried to dump that one off to Emmett Togney, and Franklin read that beautifully. Got to give a lot of credit to Franklin's defense. It's almost like they knew that a bootleg rollout was coming there.
Well positioned defensively that time. Now they got a great start at the 15.
So far it's Franklin's defense coming up big for them. The reason that they have 1st and 10 at the Lincoln Cardinal 15-yard line. Great crowd on hand here in the Lincoln section. High snap, give to number 9. That once again would be Heitzman. Not going anywhere. Back to the line of scrimmage. Under 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Franklin trying to tie and possibly take the lead with a missed PAT opportunity from Lincoln.
Receivers are split wide left and right, far to the left, far to the right.
And this is what we expected to see from Franklin tonight. More than runs up the middle. Reed in trouble, is going to step up and run it himself. He puts his foot in the ground, and Reed does get inside the 10-yard line. So we heard all about his 1,200 yards of passing coming in this game, but Reed's showing off his mobility a little bit, Dave.
Well, he now has 3 carries for 24 yards.
Does that make him the leading rusher, or does Heisman have a few more?
No, Heisman has 16.
So he is the leading rusher so far tonight for Franklin. That was a gain of 6. And it's 3rd and 4 for the Lightning. Out of the gun, works Will Reed. 4 minutes left to play first quarter. Out of the gun, taking the snap, dropping back to throw, pressure, fires a slant route, incomplete. Broken up by a Lincoln linebacker there who was phenomenal in coverage.
Your basic slant route by the slot receiver came right across the middle, and Reed threw that. He threw a bullet that time. Incomplete, though.
And they're going to keep the offense on the field. You're looking at a relatively short field goal from here, but Franklin elects to go for the tie. 3:50 left to play first quarter. Big play here. 4th and 4. Watch number 5. Land down. Reed, end zone, slant route, complete. Touchdown, Lightning. They go right back to the slant, Dave, and this time it works out beautifully.
Exact same play.
Got to have respect for them having faith in their offensive system, going back to the same play. And the Cardinals not able to get the 4th down stop. Franklin rolling the dice, going for on 4th down in a beautifully executed slant route. Another touchdown pass from Will Reed. And now a chance to take the lead with a PAT. Here's Santiago Tengen. His extra point is up. Looks pretty good from here. It is pretty good. So Franklin takes a 7-6 lead. Garfinkel Orthodontics. Garfinkel Orthodontics, celebrating 50 years of helping Portland smile. Dr. Judah, Lincoln High School alum from 1992, and the entire team at Garfinkel Orthodontics are proud to support Lincoln High School and excited to help your family smile. Complimentary consultations at garfinkelortho.com. garfinkelortho.com. So, Dave, all of a sudden, with that interception setting Franklin up on the 14-yard line, Lincoln gets punched in the mouth a little bit, but obviously still fourth quarter. I think you just got to go back to your offense. See more of that from Emmett Togney, who's been phenomenal the last couple of weeks.
That was our first turnover of the game.
No turnovers, as you mentioned, in the Jefferson game last week, shockingly, considering the onslaught from Lincoln. The first turnover we've seen in a while, and it's almost like Franklin knew what play was coming. So Tengen, who just drilled the extra point, going to kick this one away. Got to give, as a former kicker, got to give Tengen credit. Stepped up, and he didn't overkick the PAT, but it had plenty of height. And this is an onside kick. It takes a hop. The ball is loose, and the Lightning might have jumped on it. It was a scramble for the ball, and Franklin has the football.
I hear some people say it didn't go 10 yards. It looked like it went more than that to me.
It did, and I think that a Lincoln player touched it first.
Yep.
And so therefore, it doesn't matter if it goes 10 yards. If the return team touches the refs are going to get together and discuss this. But if this does stand, a perfectly executed onside kick from Tengen.
Onside kicks are a lot about timing. You do it at the right time when it's not expected. That was it right there.
It looked to me like Lincoln touched it first. Is that what you saw as well, Dave?
Yes.
And so, 1st and 10 for the Lightning from their own 48-yard line, 7-6, 3:38 left to play in the first quarter. Timeout, Lincoln, with their defense back on the field.
That was a great call by Coach Grimes to go for the onside kick and come up with the ball.
I mean, he shocked everyone there. I don't think a single person in the stadium except for Grimes expected that was coming. Premier Jets. Premier Jets specializes in worldwide service and has experience visiting nearly every part of the world. We provide fast worldwide transport service to 6 continents, including all Pacific Islands. Our services include an air ambulance, on-demand cargo, or charter flights. That's Premier Jets. So all of a sudden, Lincoln had a 6-0 lead at that phenomenal run from Emmett Togney. Now down 7-6, and with that onside kick that shocked everyone, Franklin's got the ball back.
These games sometimes are about momentum, and right now, momentum has swung to the Lightning.
3 minutes, 38 seconds left to play. First quarter here at Franklin High School. Great crowd on hand tonight. Lot of energy in the stadium. They're going to motion 13, high snap. Here's a delayed handoff. Heinzman's got it, and Heinzman with a pretty solid first down run. Get him inside Lincoln territory to the 46-yard line. Gain of 7.
That was a fly sweep from the left. As they went by, they countered back to the, or that was a fly sweep to the right. They countered back to the left with Heinzman. Nice pickup and a first down.
And it's tough when you have to worry about the pass and run. A delayed handoff can really get you like that when you're looking for Reed to drop back and throw.
Not a first down, I'm sorry.
Pickup of 7. Back now for Franklin is number 7, Cooper Hogg. There's a dump off out of the backfield. Number 13 puts his foot in the ground, has a first down and more. Now he's down the sideline. Lincoln missing a couple tackles. They finally get him at the 20-yard line. On the reception for Franklin that time was number 13, Evan Rosenborough. So Rosenborough with his 7th reception of the year, that was a big one. 30-yard pickup from Rosenborough. He now has 7 catches for 80 yards this season. Seven to 6. Franklin leads Lincoln. First quarter, and as you said, this is a game of momentum, Dave. Seems to belong to the Lightning right now.
Reed's got 3 completions for 63 yards.
And Reed's going to run an option. He pitches it. The ball is on the ground. It's picked up by number 7. The ball's loose again. And this time, there's a pile for it. Lincoln might have got this ball. I think they have it. They do. So Lincoln jumps on the fumble.
The ball carrier dropped that ball. To me, it looked like he kicked it. hit his foot. And if that might have been a different outcome, but the ball's recovered by the Cardinal. Big break.
And we do have an injured Franklin Lightning player on the field, but a big momentum swing right there as Lincoln able to take it right back. What would have been a great scoring opportunity for Franklin.
7-6 our score. Franklin leads on the basis of making an extra point, but Cardinal get the ball back. So now, counting the turnover on the kickoff, we've had 3 turnovers in this game. Each team has lost a fumble, and Lincoln has thrown a pass interception.
It's interesting, every time you run that option, that RPO, you always risk a fumble, especially if that's not your bread and butter. And I don't think it is for Franklin. I was a little surprised to see him go to that there.
You have to have somebody that's comfortable with that pitch when you go to make the RPO, and he didn't look very comfortable that time.
It looked like they had the space there, just didn't execute the pitch.
Right.
So now Lincoln, first time they've touched the ball since Emmett Togney's 42-yard touchdown run.
And that was only 2 minutes ago on the clock.
They motion Parker Barnett, and they give it to Parker Barnett, trying to catch the edge. Barnett does get to the edge, and he's run out of bounds close to that marker.
Barnett getting time at running back. Looked good on that play. Sweet play to the left.
Certainly did. He did a lot of running on that play, was able to catch the edge. Pickup of 8 brings up 2nd down and 2. He ran a long way for 8 yards. All across the field.
Breschler Piersnick not playing tonight, so Barnett in there.
And that could hurt you on these short yardage situations, not having the big, strong Rickler Piersnick. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play first quarter. Cardinals go back to the ground, and breaking a tackle is Emmett Togney, bouncing to the outside, out across the 35-yard line. Man, what a run. And I think defenses are just starting to think, how do we stop number 5?
8-yard gain for Togney. 56 yards on 5 carries in the first quarter.
Franklin's touchdown came from an interception that set Franklin up at the 15. Have stayed on the ground with Togney and Barnett so far this drive. They motion a fullback. Eldridge takes the snap, hands it off left side to Togney again. This time only picks up a yard. Good pursuit by the Franklin defense.
Franklin was looking for the run that time, and the Cardinal had A.J. Reverman split wide to the right. He had one-on-one coverage. I might think about that play in the future.
So give him actually about 2.5, maybe 3 yards on that last carry. Makes it 2nd, and we'll call it a long 7. Under center again is Liam Eldridge. Eldridge takes the snap. Eldridge hands it off to Togney left side. Togney falls forward after slipping through an ankle tackle. Picks up 3, man, tell you, if they didn't get him there, he could have been running a long ways.
You'd be yelling touchdown now because he had the open field ahead of him.
So that brings up 3rd down and call it about 6 yards to go. Gain of 1 from Gordon. Great tackle from the Franklin linebacker. Minute 20 left to play, first quarter, clock rolling, and a big 3rd down here. Liam Eldridge under center for the Lincoln Cardinals. Eldridge takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling out to his left across his body, looking downfield, fires, and that one's incomplete. Jumping in front of the route was a safety. That one was almost intercepted as well. Going to bring up 4th and 5.
Eldridge needed to lead the receiver just a little way towards the middle. And that would have been a completion, but defender did a good job of stepping in front of that, knocking it down.
You got to give Franklin's defense credit there because it was 4th and 3rd and 7 with them stopping the runs that encouraged Lincoln to go to the pass, but there's not their strength when you have Emmett Togney on the. So you got to give Franklin credit there for making the adjustment defensively. So now we're going to see Lance Ricker punt for the first time tonight. Lance Ricker, good guy and a good kicker. Had a chance of visiting him, watching him kick his first year of football. Last season he transitioned from soccer. He's a natural at this. And he gets a good punt away. A nice high punt, fair catch called for it. The 25 punt is bobbled, but getting back on it is number 7, who had the fumble loss a few moments ago. That was Cooper Hogg. So thankfully for him, he doesn't have another turnover there, Dave.
He caught that ball and dropped it, but he was maybe 2 yards from the sideline, and it bounced out of bounds.
Actually, he did recover it in bounds, but it would have gone out of bounds had he not got it. So Lincoln's defense back on the field. They got a turnover last time in the red zone.
Great punt by Ricker.
I'm telling you, Ricker's got a leg. He's a natural at this. And here's a keeper from Reed, bounces outside. He certainly fooled me there. Laying the lumber was number 5, Emmett Togney. Gotta love the physicality of this kid.
He has 30 yards on 4 carries.
That was a pickup of 5 from Will Reed, and he had everyone fooled there. Nice play call. Time winding down here in the first quarter. 46 seconds left. Clock stopped after the push out of bounds. Reed in the shotgun. I believe that is Hogg, his halfback to the left. 4 receivers set, 3 receivers set. Reed under pressure. Reed escapes the pocket. Reed's going to take off, and he's pushed out of bounds after a pickup of 4 yards, so he was able to extend the football there, Dave.
He needed to get to the 35, and it looked to me, or 34, and it looked to me like he got to 35. Looked to me like the first time. No, they're going to spot it.
I thought
at the
he was out of bounds and he extended it, so actually I think this is a very good spot. So after a pickup of 3, it's 3rd down and 2. Lincoln with an opportunity to get off the field. 39 seconds left to play first quarter. Reed in the gun. Reed's going to hand it off. And plunging forward for the first down is Heinzman. A good, powerful run by Josiah Heinzman. First down, Franklin out to the 38.
Probably have time for another play. We got a player down.
7-6. We won't do any guessing on numbers. We'll find out and let you know who the injured Lincoln Cardinal is. We'll take a quick break. 32 seconds left to play first quarter. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Injured Lincoln Cardinal on the field, but been a very entertaining game so far. Offenses and defenses both making plays. Had a turnover from Lincoln that led to the Franklin score, but right now 7-6. Give me some stats, Dave.
Well, what's interesting here is Reed is he's 3 for 9 passing, but it is for a total of 63 yards. They have ran the ball far more than they have passed the ball. That is 62 for Lincoln.
Brady Holland. Good to see him walk off under his own power. And we see good sportsmanship there with number 2 of Franklin, Ethan Amon, walking alongside of him for a minute to check on him there as he heads to the sideline.
The other thing is the time of possession in this game is really in favor of Franklin. Lincoln's not had the ball. Eldridge is 1 of 3 passing with a interception. Togney has carried the ball a total of 7 times.
So 1st and 10 for Franklin after the first down run by Josiah Heinzman on 3rd down. So 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Reed motions Heinzman, and they're going to do a fake swing pass. Now Reed's come back the other way, tucks it himself, looking to run again. And that's another pretty good run by Reed. Emmett Togney doing it all, chased him down. But that's a gain of 6, another good rush from Will Reed.
Right now, the difference in this game to me is Reed's ability to pull the ball down and take off with it.
That's something that I didn't see on the stat sheet there. I did not realize how much he could use his legs. And given the push Lincoln's defensive front seven is getting, that's making a huge difference in this game. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Franklin Lightning 7, Lincoln Cardinals 6.
I think it's surprising that Franklin has controlled this game on the ground, particularly the running of Will Reed, and that has got them to where they are now. The other thing is Lincoln can't score because they can't get the ball.
Kelly Manning of State Farm. Kelly Manning is proud to be a sponsor of the Lincoln Cardinal football team. Let Kelly ensure your family's future by giving her a call today, or just email, text, or walk in anytime. Kelly Manning, State Farm. So about ready to start the second quarter now, Dave, and certainly a closer match than last weekend in the rout against Jefferson. Lincoln in a much tighter ball game. This is a battle so far.
Other than the 42-yard run by Togney, Lincoln offense hasn't generated much, but they can't generate anything unless they can get the ball.
2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard keep from Will Reed. Reed is going to fake slant route. That's complete to Amon, who's running free inside the 40, is tracked down from behind. Good tackle by Rank, but down to the 36-yard line of Lincoln. And give credit to Amon. He's dropped a couple tonight. No mistake there. Eli Amon ran a great route.
22 yards on the reception for Amon. He has 2 receptions for 46 yards.
So after a couple of drops to start the game, number 8, Eli Amon, making a big difference. Franklin has 3 receivers stacked out to the right side, 1 to the left and also 1 in the slot. Fake screen pass. Now they're going to just pass the other way. Little bubble screen. Lincoln was all over it. However, falling forward, pushing the pile to the 30-yard line. That's going to pick up 6. So right now, Lincoln's defense a little bit on their heels, Dave.
6 yards on that pass completion. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Reed is now 5 for 11 passing.
And with that, even with a couple of drops, so Reed's been efficient in the last couple of drives. Remember, the last drive ended with a turnover. Emmett Togney in man-to-man coverage on the far left side. Lincoln showing some pressure. Handoff. Heinzman breaking through the middle. Heinzman bouncing outside, inside the 15, inside the 10, brought down at the Lincoln 9-yard line. So Josiah Heinzman, another impressive run. He's been something tonight.
21 yards on the carry. Got through the line of scrimmage, did a little stutter step, broke outside to the left, then ran over a defender. Got down to the 9, a 21-yard gain.
So, Dave, ever since the first drive where Lincoln's defense was nails, look, Franklin's really found their momentum. Out of the gun works Reed. 10:48 to play, second quarter. It's going to be another run to Heinzman. Why not? Heinzman goes right up the middle, and he practically walks into the end zone. And you can't blame him for that play call going right back to Heinzman. Touchdown, Franklin.
That at 10:42 of the second quarter, a 9-yard touchdown run by Heinzman.
Drilling his first PAT was Santiago Tengen. And Tengen back on again to try and give the Lightning a 14-6 lead. There's a snap. It's a good hold, and Tengen's kick is up and right down the pipe. And so, Dave, Lincoln, after a 6-0 start, their defense is going to have to make some adjustments, I think.
All right, need to get the offense back on the field, get something going, get a drive going.
You know, and if you're Emmett Togney, he's been getting so many yards after contact. I just got to think that a healthy dose of him, of Togney, is good things will inevitably happen for the Lincoln Cardinals.
Togney has 61 yards in the first quarter.
I think last week he had about, 140 in the first quarter?
He had 140 in the first half, but I think he was over 100 in the first quarter. Just need to spring him, need to get the ball and get a drive going.
I'm sure Lincoln's I played with Coach Blake Long, a defensive mastermind, great DN, first team All-State. I bet you he's probably having a message for the guys right now, but I have trust in this Lincoln coaching staff to make the adjustments. Togney and Barnett back to receive for the Lincoln Cardinals. So Tengen to kick off for Franklin, who's really gotten their offense going.
Well, last time it was an onside kick, remember?
And I'm sure that is not lost on the Lincoln Cardinals. This time they do go deep, and Togney is going to field it at the 18. Pardon me, that's Barnett. Parker Barnett's got it out across the 30-yard line and brought down at the 35. Good return from Parker Barnett.
Barnett fielded that about the 18 out to the 35, so about 17 yards on the kickoff return.
So Lincoln starts out with good field position, and as you said, just got to get back on track, Dave. Had the interception, had the drive stall last time. I think they're going to try to stay on the. We'll see a healthy dose on the ground. Here comes Liam Eldridge. Can see the numbers better, a little bit better from this side. Liam Eldridge working out of the shotgun right now, and Liam's going to hand it off up the middle, breaking inside the hash marks and getting out to the 37. That's a gain of 3. Couldn't tell who was on the carry there.
Well, I'm looking. It wasn't Togney. It was.
We'll try to get a check.
Catch that when they break the huddle. Let's see. Might have been Reverman.
A.J. Reverman, number 8 in the huddle. We'll see, because we've seen him take reps at both receiver and running back. Well, it looks like Reverman's going to be on the line right now in tight end position, so he's doing it all. They're going to motion Elwood Gordon, and a keeper from Liam Eldridge. He's right into the line. Eldridge, a powerful quarterback, but he ran right into a swarm of red jerseys back to the line there, and he took some hits.
3rd down and 8 now.
So Franklin, after a slow start, trying to prove that they are, in fact, a top 30 team in the state. Lincoln trying to get their offense on track here with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first half.
Now, their league loss, Ben, was to
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt's 2-0 in league also.
And they are ranked 10 right now on per OSA.
10.
So not a bad loss necessarily for Franklin. And Lincoln faced with 3rd and 8. Rolling out to his right is Eldridge. Firing off his back foot, and it's incomplete. Looking for Elwood Gordon, and Lincoln is in a likely punting situation once again.
Cardinal did not need a 3 and out, and that's what's coming up here.
So a far cry from last week at Jefferson, where everything was going right for the Cardinals. And right now they're faced with a tough defense out here, Dave.
Lance Ricker into punt, got away a great punt last time.
Again, I'm not going to bore everyone annoy everyone by talking about how much I like Lance Ricker, but another opportunity here. Converted soccer player, and he's a great punter and fields a snap. Got great hands too, great athlete, and he gets away another good punt. And that's going to take a great hop. So Lance Ricker with another great punt. This one's going to roll inside the 15-yard line. Lance Ricker.
48 yards on the punt.
I could tell right when I met him early in the season last year. He was telling me that his background. I was watching him kick, and I was like, this is going to be a big part of the Cardinal program. So Lance Ricker pins Franklin at their own 13.
Couldn't have been a better punt to pin Franklin down inside the 20.
And that's huge in a game like this, starting at the 38 versus starting at the 13. Lance Ricker with a great punt for Lincoln to flip the field position. High snap, and this is running in the open field. Heinzman out across the 25, out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Another great run from Heinzman. I believe that was Heinzman.
Heinzman, 20 yards on that carry. Last 3 carries for Heinzman, 21, 9, and 20. That's 50 yards on 3 carries.
8 minutes, 44 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Great energy in the stadium right now. Franklin, especially their fans, have really come to life after these touchdown drives in the last 20 or so minutes. 1st and 10 for Franklin. Out of the gun, Reed's going to look to throw. That is complete to number 5, Cash. And I was talking about him pregame. That is Cash Lando, who just made his 23rd reception of the season. Landau now has over 415 receiving yards on the season, and as I mentioned, 9 touchdown receptions through his first 4 games. Gain of 8 there. So 2nd down and 2 for the Lightning. Handoff to Heinzman. Mouth guard came loose, not the football there, as Heinzman gets out to the Lincoln 45, has a 1st down, picks up 4.5 on the carry. So right now, this Franklin offense is in rhythm.
Last couple of snaps to Reed have been really high. He's done a good job of pulling those down and getting the play going.
8 minutes left to play in the first half. 14-6, Franklin Lightning lead here on their home turf. Beautiful night here for football in the PIL. High snap, Reed able to take it. He might now to try to change the play, and he's fast, going to try to take off himself, and he picks up 6. Boy, Will Reed, not only does he have an arm, he's got some wheels. And I like his vision a lot there, too. Realized that was probably the best option. He was not afraid to take off.
You know, I mentioned high snaps. That was the highest one of all. He had to jump up and he batted it up in the air a bit and got it when it came down, but they're having some kind of problem there on the center quarterback exchange.
And that will haunt them eventually, my prediction. Will Reed, good athleticism to get that one. Listed at 6 feet tall is Will Reed. Heinzman back in there. Been a very good running back so far today. Heinzman gets the carry, slips through the middle, has another 1st down pickup to the Lincoln 42-yard line. So right now, Dave, this Lincoln defense on their heels a little bit.
They started so well, clogging everything up in the middle.
And, well, I have to mention, losing Brady Holland, he is quite likely their strongest defensive lineman. Played just about every snap this season, and I think that there's a correlation there that he comes off the field and you start seeing more room for Franklin in those lanes. He was able to walk off under his own power. Hopefully we can see Brady Holland come back in this one. Reed looking to downfield. He's in trouble and he's sacked back at midfield. Getting in there for Lincoln, number 50, I believe that was Owen Hendren.
It is. Wow, big loss.
I can't help but wonder if that's the little brother of my good friend who I played with, Brendan Hendren, or if it's just a coincidence. But Owen Hendren getting the sack there. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to play. And that's a big play for Lincoln because now Franklin's got 2nd and a mile. They're going to hand it off on the exchange. They fumble the football. Lincoln got on it. So the Cardinals cash in on the 2nd turnover tonight.
And he just lost that ball. The snap was to him. He turned to hand off and just dropped. He might have been hit. There might have been some contact, but he definitely just dropped the ball. Lincoln fell on it. Great fumble recovery.
And so Lincoln, just like that, flipping the script a little bit.
Each team now with 2 turnovers. Franklin's fumbled twice, Lincoln's fumbled once, and had a pass interception.
Power run look here. Power formation here for Lincoln. They hand off to Emmett Togney right into the line. Boy, that Lincoln front 7 looks like they're getting beat so far. That's a game of just 1.
And the Lightning in the middle, they're just waiting for Togney.
Got to give them credit. After getting gashed that first drive, Franklin's made the right adjustments. And in addition, they've defended Lincoln's pass play as well and have that interception to set up their first touchdown. Brings up 2nd down and 9 for the Cardinals. And Brady Holland, I want to point out, is also an offensive line starter. As Togney tries to catch the edge here, Togney does a somersault inside the 45-yard line, picks up 3. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6. So just want to mention again that could make a difference on both sides of the line with Holland's injury in the first quarter. Or early in the second quarter, I should say. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the first half. Lincoln faced with a big 3rd and 7, Dave.
3rd and 7.
And, you know, you've seen them try to pass the last couple of times on 3rd down. Didn't go their way. Interested to see where they go with in the playbook here.
Lone setback is Togney.
So Eldridge in the shotgun. Franklin showing some pressure. They bring pressure. Eldridge has to get it away quickly. It's complete to Emmett Togney, who is brought down short of the sticks. And I'll bet you my life that Coach Schnoffer is going to go for this.
Don't go betting your life. This is football.
Oh, we'll go. I'll bet something.
Okay.
I'll bet something. You're right there, Dave. I don't want to get too excited. It's going to be 4th and about 3, and Cody Schnoffer is leaving his offense on the field. They're at the Franklin 40-yard line. Cody Schnoffer going for it in Franklin territory. 4:30 left to play in the second quarter. Togney's the back. Almost threw Franklin off sides. Liam Eldridge working out of the gun. 4 receivers set, 2 slot, 2 out wide. Play clock might be winding down here. Eldridge might need to get the snap off. And just as I say that, we have
My impression is they had no intention of going for the play. They were trying to draw Franklin offside. He went with a long count, then he realized they're not moving. He turned around to Togney. I think he gave him a play number. He went back to the line of scrimmage. By that time, the clock ran out.
So you think they were playing old hard count?
I think he went up line, did a hard count, did it again. It looked to me like he did it twice. Nobody moved, so I think he turned around back to Togney, said something, and then as he stepped back forward, the clock ran out.
However, I think their offense is still on the field. And
Remember,
is.
Quick kick.
Eldridge not super deep behind the line of scrimmage, though. Takes the snap, gonna roll out to his left, fires across the middle, and it's too high off the hands of his intended target, Barnett, and Lincoln turns it over on downs.
Pass was just a little high. Barnett had to get his hands up in the air to get a shot at that. Unfortunately, not complete. Ball goes over on downs to Franklin.
So I gotta say there, Dave, given that they still went for it, I don't think that was an intentional delay of game. I think they just ran out of time on the play clock. So Franklin trying to get even more momentum going into the half. Lincoln's defense, important they get a stop here. 3 receivers out to the right. They're gonna run that option again. This time it works quite well. Emmett Togney laying the lumber, but credit to Heinzman. He bounced off a tackle. Pardon me, that was Parker Barnett. Or was that Barnett or Togney with the hit?
Parker Barnett.
Barnett, great hit. He was able to break the tackle, but I'll tell you that he got a lot of power behind that one. Sometimes just got to wrap up.
Still, he got 9 yards.
Got to give a lot of credit. Was that Heinzman on the carry again there?
Heinzman.
He is a powerful back. He's got good vision. Been tough for Lincoln to stop so far.
As hard as he got hit, he still got forward for a couple more yards.
I would imagine that the Franklin Lightning going to try and run the clock down to not give Lincoln the ball back. They've got 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in this second quarter. Out of the gun, they are going to motion Ethan Amon. Reed swings it out to Amon, who's got some space. He's got a first down inside the 35-yard line. Cutting outside, breaking some tackles. Ethan Amon down to the 35-yard line of Lincoln. That was a great run after the catch on the little screenplay.
Let me tell you why that's such a good play. They send him on in motion from right to left. All the receivers ran go routes. It cleared everybody out underneath, and he came out on the outside. They got him the ball. There was nobody out there.
Tell you what, that's great coaching by Adam Grimes. Just a great play to draw as you said, draw the secondary downfield, and it worked out beautifully there, just how they drew it up. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to play in the first half. Pressure coming off the edge. Reed has to get this one out quickly, and incomplete, fell to the legs of Brotherton. Good coverage from Errol Brotherton. 2nd and 10.
As many times as Franklin has run the ball, and I think Heinzman has around 15 carries, they've also thrown 14 times.
Let's go, Lincoln!
So that's the definition of a balanced offense there.
Not only that, but that means they've controlled the ball the whole first half.
What are the statistics on possession if we have plays, just total plays?
I'll do that at halftime, but it's way one-sided.
And here's a handoff to Heinzman, who goes over the left side. Heinzman inside the 30, pushes his way forward. Well, they're going to give him the 30-yard line. He gained about 5, so Lincoln's defense going to have a chance here to make a stop on 3rd down and 5. 2:24 left to play first half. Lincoln fans cheering on their defense here, knowing this is a big 3rd down. 3rd and 5 for the Quakers. Pardon me, for the Lightning. Pardon me. I knew I'd do it at least once, Dave.
All right.
I knew I'd do it at least once. And we got a And this is going to be an offensive illegal motion or pre-snap penalty on the Lightning.
You ask me how many plays has each team ran? Franklin has ran 36. Lincoln has run 16.
No mathematician, but that's more than double. And I think that tells a big story of the first half. So the Lightning have it after, I don't know, there was no penalty there. I don't know what the confusion was. And now we have a timeout taken by somebody.
Let me give you the breakdown on that. 22 rushes for Franklin, 14 passes. For Lincoln, 10 rushes, 6 passes.
3rd and 5. Snap just barely handled by Reed, who's taken down in the backfield. That is a sack getting there, Conrad Kelsey.
Kelsey had a big sack last week off the edge, got one right there off the edge.
That's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Last 2 times now that Reed has had the ball, he's lost yardage.
Lincoln's defense going to have a big opportunity coming up on 4th down and 7. Friendly House is a nonprofit community center and social service organization serving Portland since 1930. Join us on October 14th at Wallace Park from noon to 2 for free community kettle event featuring delicious free soup and activities. Connect with your community at fhpdx.org. That's fhpdx.org.
We could use some hot soup right now.
It certainly could, you know. It's a great fall night. It would be fitting.
All right.
Franklin just now breaking the huddle. And the Lightning are going to have 4th and 8 after the sack by Conrad Kelsey.
Kelsey gets great pressure off the edge. I like that a lot.
Going to look for it again here. Lincoln has had pretty good edge pressure these last rushes, these last couple of drives. Reed in the pocket, looking downfield. He's going to step up, and he's got a man open downfield. He overshot him.
Oh, my goodness.
Looking for number 2, Ethan Amon. He had him there, just overthrew. And Lincoln gets the big 4th down stop.
You see, Reed, he's still got his hands up on his helmet going, oh, no. I rolled to my right. I had a receiver down around the 10, was wide open, and I threw it outside of him. He's a little upset with himself.
You don't have to tell Reed that he missed that throw. He knows.
Right.
So Lincoln with a big stop before halftime, and they got 1:18 and I believe 2 timeouts. Lincoln starting from their own 33-yard line after the turnover on downs. Liam Eldridge working from the gun. Emmett Togney, the halfback, to his right, has an exchange with his center, number 56, Coriani. Being chased as Eldridge tries to dump it off to Togney. It was too high. He was under a lot of pressure there, was Liam Eldridge.
You know, it's not a bad call to run a screenplay in that situation. You got a strong rush. You get a back that kind of floats out a little bit to the right and you get him the ball. He just overthrew the receiver that time, but that's not a bad call right there.
I completely agree with you, Dave. I think that was the right call. Eldridge just got a lot of pressure in his face and unfortunately wasn't able to dump it off cleanly. It makes it 2nd down and 10. We see Parker Barnett lined up on the left as a wide receiver, and number 88, Garrett Schmokel, on receiver on the right side. Eldridge rolling out to the left, across his body again, looking downfield, taking a big shot, and that is incomplete, looking for number 20, Elwood Gordon, and that was a good throw from Eldridge. He had him.
Are you sure that was Gordon, 20? I thought it was 21, Kai Lindsay.
Perhaps, what was that, 21? And that was Gordon.
It was Gordon.
And that's one of the best passes that we've seen from either quarterback all night. Just couldn't quite connect. And I will tell you, someone who played receiver first season, it is not easy to make that over-the-shoulder catch. You know, we're used to watching the players on Sundays make it look easy. It is not.
You got to drop the ball right in there on the receiver. He's running, got his hands out, and he had to drop the ball right in there. Eldridge is now 2 of 8 passing with an interception for 20 yards.
That last one was a very nice pass from Eldridge. Eldridge out of the gun, 2 backs behind him. And they're going to hand it off up the middle. Having some room is, I believe, Emmett Togney, who gets a first down out to the 45-yard line.
13 yards on the pickup for Togney. And a first down.
Momentarily stops the clock to move the chains. We've got 55 seconds left in the first half. Liam Eldridge takes the snap, and that's a football on the ground.
Oh.
Eldridge trying to get back on it. Franklin, the Lightning, think they have it, and they do.
Each team now has lost 2 fumbles.
I was going to say, has Lincoln lost 2 now? I know they got an interception.
Well, I'm counting the
4 turnovers.
The kickoff. I'm counting when they touched the ball and dropped it on the kickoff as a fumble.
Gotcha. So it's been a far cry from last game.
Right.
And so all of a sudden, Lincoln had momentum, and now off the exchange that put the ball on the ground, Franklin has an opportunity for that.
Parker, nothing behind you, Parker, nothing behind you.
In case you didn't know, we're sitting in the Lincoln fans. That's why I hear all the yelling.
Rolling out to his right is Reed, under pressure again. He's going to step up. He's got some room to run. He's going to run for a first down out towards the sideline, brought down at the 32.
And that's first down. He's going to get 12 on that.
I saw Franklin's kicker warming up in pre-games. Did see him hit a couple of 30-plus yarders, so not in field goal range yet, but that could be an option for Franklin with only 34 seconds left on the clock.
Right there would be about a 50-yarder.
So out of the gun works Reed. 34 seconds left. Reed gets it out quickly, incomplete. Good pressure from Lincoln's front 7 that time, forcing the errant throw.
Wow, Franklin has thrown 16 times here in the first half, 7 of 16 passing. Coach Grimes said we're going to throw until they stop our throwing. Well, they've ran the ball, and they're saying now let's run it till they stop.
I almost feel like that might have been planned from him to tell us.
Oh, okay.
I'm just joking around, but they have done both effectively tonight. Screenplay set up, and they got a lot of room out in front for number 9. Running for a first down and more inside the 20, inside the 15. A great run after the catch from Heinzman again, and that's going to set up first down and 10 for Franklin from the 13-yard line. They take a timeout with 18 seconds left. That is their third and final timeout of the half. I've been really, and pardon me, that's going to be first and goal at the 9. I've been impressed with Franklin's play calling tonight.
Absolutely.
They've set up some great plays. They've done options, they've done screen passes, they've gone downfield, they've done stretch and dive plays, they've done a little bit of everything.
Right now, if I were Franklin, I'd take shots at the end zone. Maybe, it's first down, maybe take a couple of shots at the end zone with 18 seconds. You can't get anything going.
They got no timeouts left. So
right, no timeouts. So take those shots at the end zone. You don't get it, then run it down, kick a field goal.
I do see Tengen warming up on the sideline. From right here, you're looking at a 28-yard field goal, which is in his range. I can confirm watching him in warm-ups. So Lincoln trailing 14-6 against the Franklin Lightning, trying to come up with a big stop before the halftime break. Will Reed, impressive senior quarterback, works from the gun, first and goal from the 9. Togney in single coverage against Amon on the right side. High snap again. Reed collects, fires, slant route, incomplete. He was looking for, was that number 3 or number 5 he was looking for?
I think it was number 3.
Which would be Bastian Bowden. So that,
as well as Lincoln has played, Franklin has played all night long, they can't get the quarterback. They can't get the snap to the quarterback down.
I'm shocked that they're ahead in this game and as efficient on offense as they are with all those snap troubles they've had. I can't think of one bad snap Lincoln's had tonight.
Didn't have any last week.
And look, going out as I thought he was going out as a wide receiver, Reed. He's just, you don't see that very often. A quarterback go all the way out to his wide receiver to tell him something. Could be going to him. And it is. Corner of the end zone, incomplete, off the hands of his intended target. He did go that way.
I think he went up there and said, hey, I'm going to throw you the ball.
Seemed pretty simple, didn't it?
Yeah, pretty simple. Hey, we got to play, but I'm going to throw you the ball. Just go down the end zone and turn around.
And it was a good throw. Wouldn't have been an easy catch. And as you can tell, we're in the Lincoln section.
Got time maybe for one more play before I think you think about the field goal.
Certainly have time for one more play. Got 10 seconds. It's third down and goal from the 9-yard line for Franklin. Heinzman is the back. You got to watch the run here if they want to be a little tricky. It would be a risk for sure from the Lightning. Lincoln showing some pressure. They bring pressure. Reed steps up. He can't take a sack, but he's going to.
Yep, that's going to run the clock out.
Runs the clock out. Lincoln's defense comes up, and actually they had a timeout left. The scoreboard was incorrect a few minutes ago.
Oh.
They do have a timeout left. So a big sack there. I thought they were out of timeouts. They were not, but still a huge sack. And that's going to make this field goal about 7 yards longer as well.
Did you see who it was on the sack? I thought it might have been Conrad Kelsey.
It might have been. I couldn't quite tell. It was a good defensive pressure being applied from the Lincoln Cardinals.
So 3 seconds on the clock, 14-6 our score.
And I see Tengen out there in the huddle. Makes me think they're going to go for a field goal. And from right here, you're looking at a 32-yarder. I saw him make 30 yards in warm-ups.
Reed will be the holder.
Yeah, and so you do have to watch for a fake, given that Reed is the holder. He has the leg for this. I saw it in warm-ups. Reed will put it down. Field goal to end the half.
I think offsides on Lincoln.
The field goal would have just been good. And this is on Franklin.
Oh, okay. Somebody moved on the line there. I saw Lincoln responded to whatever it was. That's why I thought it might be them, but somebody moved on Franklin. We'll add it 5 more, and that'll make it 37.
And that one, given just barely squeaked in from 33, is going to have to put more oomph on this if he wants to get it in from 38. They're going to try. So this is going to be the last play of the first half.
When your first string quarterback is the holder, you always have to be aware of that.
37-yard field goal attempt from Tengen. 2 seconds left in the first half. Franklin trying to extend to their lead. The hold is good. This one might have the leg for it. The kick is just wide. So Tengen had the leg, but it pushes wide, and we go into halftime. Franklin 14 and Lincoln 6.
Let me recap the scoring for you. In the first quarter, each team with a touchdown. Lincoln got on the board first, the 42-yard touchdown run by Ebbett Togney coming at the 8:04 mark. Franklin came back, a 4-yard run by the quarterback, Will Reed. That was at the 3:44 mark. By the way, Lincoln missed their point after touchdown. It was 6-0. Franklin made theirs. Tengen got that, and it was 7-6 at the end of one. In the second quarter, 10:42, right on the first 2 plays of the second quarter, Heinzman, a 9-yard run, the point after touchdown by Tengen, and we were at 14-6, and that field goal with 3 seconds, then the attempt was wide, and that makes our score at halftime 14-6.
So ever since that first drive, going to need to see more from Lincoln's offense, but they got halftime to talk about it in a whole other half to get into rhythm. It's a 1-score football game. Friendly House is a nonprofit community center and social service organization serving Portland since 1930. Our programs and volunteer opportunities are designed to bring folks together and make a better neighborhood for everyone. Connect with your community at fhpdx.org. So, as we mentioned, saw a very balanced offense, but time of possession has been, been overwhelmingly in favor of the Lightning.
I'm going to have to take some time to get the stats for Franklin, but I'll give you Lincoln stats at halftime. Passing, Liam Eldridge is 2 for 8, 1 interception, 20 yards. Receiving, Cameron Rank for 15, Togney for 5. Rushing, they've only had 2 people who actually have carried the ball. Emma Togney has 9 carries for 76 yards, and Parker Barnett has 2 carries for 10 yards. So that's 86 yards rushing for Lincoln, 20 yards passing, 106 yards total offense in the first half. That's a long way from the 288 they had at halftime last week.
A far different test against this Franklin Lightning defense so far tonight. And I think, what do you think the message might be, Dave, for the defensive side in the locker room? Able to come away with the big stop there, but they were giving away some yards in that first half, was Lincoln's defense.
Well, the thing that you said earlier was how you were impressed with Franklin's play calling. That's been the difference in this game. They've mixed it up well. They've caught the Cardinal defense off guard a little bit, and as a result have kept the ball and have moved the ball and certainly controlled time of possession in this game. So I think if I'm Lincoln, I'm going to be a little more aware of the run in the second half, but I'm also going to watch that passing lanes on the outside.
Evaluation Hair Design, Portland's best kept secret, celebrating 30 years of making Portland beautiful. Located across the street from the home of the Cardinals. Are you ready to evolve your style? Evolution Hair Design is now accepting new clients. Evolution Hair Design.
I mentioned Franklin. Franklin has had 24 rushes in the first half, 14 by Heinzman and 10 by Reed. That's pretty impressive. Reed passing, he is 8 of 19. I don't have the yardage yet, but when we come back from our break, we'll talk about that. All right, we'll take a break. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with about 2 minutes to go before the start of the second half. I'll recap some of those stats, and Ben and I will talk a little bit about the strategy for the second half. Our score at halftime at Franklin High School, it is Franklin 14, Lincoln 6. We'll be back.
And we are back on Oregon Sports Beat, getting ready for the second half between the Lincoln Cardinals and the Franklin Lightning. Lightning leading 14-6 on their home field here at the break, about 3 minutes away from kickoff of the second half. And Dave, obviously, one of the biggest notes has been time of possession and total snaps run. I know you have some insight on that.
First, I think at this point in time, Lincoln ought to consider themselves fortunate they're only down by one score. Let me give you some stats in this game, though. For Franklin, rushing, Heinzman has 14 carries for 100 yards. Reed has 10 carries for 44 yards. So that's 24 carries, 144 yards rushing. Passing, Reed is 8 of 19 for 122 yards. 3 of those reception by Amon, and he has 60 yards on 3 catches. Total offense for Franklin in the first half, 144 rushing, 122 passing. That's pretty balanced, by the way. 266 total. For the Lincoln Cardinal, Emmett Togney, 9 carries, 76 yards. Parker Barnett, 2 carries, 10 yards. That's a total of 86 yards rushing. They have 20 yards passing, so 106 total yards. Total yards, 266 to 106.
So you mentioned Emmett Togney, 9 touches for over 70 yards. You have to consider a very good chunk of that came on that 1 touchdown carry. And ever since, you've seen Lincoln's offense a little bit stagnant. What would you think they're going to try here in the second half, especially considering the passing game has not worked out for them so far?
Yeah, Togney got 42 of those on 1 carry. obviously they're waiting for Togney in the center of the line, either to run some sweep plays or some RPOs, and maybe try to throw the ball a little bit more in the middle. Franklin has moved up. They've moved their backers up close to the line of scrimmage, and maybe there's an opening, just past the linebackers. Run some slant routes or maybe a tight end drag route or something like that. But they're going to have to kind of open the offense up a little bit more than just running into the center of the line.
Franklin, as we've both talked about, their play calling has been very good tonight. Seen a little bit of everything, and that makes it a little hard to make adjustments on defense if you're Lincoln, if you don't necessarily know what's coming.
26 rushing attempts, 19 passing attempts. That's pretty close.
And again, as you mentioned, we've seen those RPOs, we've seen slant routes, we've seen the stretch dive, we've seen the screen pass. Heck, we've seen a lot of keepers, most of them not planned, from Will Reed, who's been doing a good job using his legs. As you can tell, Lincoln crowd giving a roar as their team coming back on the field right now from the locker room.
Yeah, the Cardinal were in the locker room a long time. They just came out. Franklin had been out here for a couple of minutes, so I'm sure there were discussions in the locker room at halftime.
Schnoffer had some points to make, as I'm sure did Blake Long, Coach Cheadle as well. A lot to talk about. Sulco. Missed PAT come back to haunt Lincoln. I've seen those missed PATs come back to really bite teams before.
The other thing is we've had a lot of turnovers in this game. Lincoln has 3. They've lost 2 fumbles and an interception. And Franklin has 2. They've lost 2 fumbles.
Lincoln to receive this opening half kickoff, and I'm sure it is not lost on Coach Schnoffer that they got bitten by an onside kick in the first quarter.
Exactly. Talk about smart calls. That was one right there.
Franklin has been well coached so far tonight, but we got a whole half of football left to play. Lincoln ready to receive. Barnett, and I think that's Togney on the right side for the Cardinals. From the kick of Santiago Tengen. Adam Grimes got him once with an onside kick. We'll see what he's got. Anything in his pocket for this second half. Kickoff going to be fielded at the 15 by Emmett Togney. Certainly a guy you want to have the ball. If you're Lincoln, and right as I say that, Togney almost breaks that one. He does get out to midfield. A fantastic return from Emmett Togney.
Togney fielded that just inside the 10 out to the 50-yard line, 40 yards on the kickoff return for Togney. I liked how he came up to the line where the tacklers were, and he kind of slowed down, and kind of everybody kind of looked a little bit, and then
he exploded.
He exploded right by everybody.
Helping his own and the Lincoln Cardinal offensive cause, getting to start with phenomenal field position at midfield. Eldridge hands off to Togney. He's a shot out of a cannon, has a first down, tripped up by his ankles. Pick up of 16 from Emmett, or about 14 from Emmett Togney.
Keep the pace. Let's go.
Togney, a great kickoff return, 15 yards on that blast play.
So right now, Franklin's got to be shaken a little bit, considering those 2 plays to start the half for the Lincoln Cardinals. And now they got to think about having to stop Emmett Togney. First down and 10 for Lincoln. 3 men in the backfield. Eldridge tries to pitch, and he gives an inside handoff instead. That was a little trickeration to number 11,
Cameron Rank. His first carry of the game.
They did a fake. He did a little inside handoff, then faked a pitch to Togney. It was a well-designed play. Franklin was just ready. 11 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Barnett out wide, 3 men in the backfield.
Love to see the Cardinals score right off the bat.
Togney catches the edge. Togney's got a first down. Togney gets to the 25-yard line of the Franklin Lightning.
Another 15-yard gain for Togney. Now he's got 106 yards.
So it's first down and 10 for the Lincoln Cardinals from the Franklin 25-yard line. Thanks to Emmett Togney. Eldridge gives to Togney, who runs into the line, and he is wrestled down by about 3 different Lightning players. No gain on the play.
Ben, when we were thinking about what would be the best for Lincoln, and would be receive the kickoff, march down the field, and score. I'm hoping that's what's going on right now.
And it all started with the fantastic return from Emmett Togney, and then shot out of a cannon on that first handoff he took. He looked like he was running the 100-meter dash there. Just straight bulldoze running right ahead. And now it's 2nd down and 10 for Lincoln from the Franklin 25-yard line. The motion of fullback. Remember, they're without Piersnick tonight. Rolling out is Eldridge, getting chased from behind. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. And we have a flag down on the Franklin sideline. This is a legal substitution on Franklin, I believe, was what the signal was.
Let's see. Nope. It's a warning. It's
sideline warning, pardon me.
Sideline warning.
So that's the play stands then?
Yeah, well,
will it be 3rd and 10?
See, because that's a personal foul, and you get assessed a penalty. The second one of those you get. The play stands, I believe, and it's just a warning. Remember, we saw one of those last week.
Against Jefferson early in the first quarter. And so it is a warning for the – thank you for letting me know. I thought this was an illegal substitution call. It is a sideline warning, and so great pressure brought off the edge on Liam Eldridge, who's being hit as he threw that football.
He was running for his life.
And we say that Lincoln's going to want to talk this one over ahead of a big 3rd down play here early in the 3rd quarter. BioLounge is a Northwest Portland functional medicine clinic that partners with patients to support their unique health goals. Whether aiming to treat a condition, prevent chronic disease, or optimize health, our highly trained providers leverage the latest in scientific research and technology to provide exceptional care and outcomes. We believe health is a lifelong journey and are proud to support the Lincoln football program.
Coach Snuffer wanted to talk this over. You got a drive going. You're at 3rd and 10. You don't want this drive to stall. You want to get points out of this time. A field goal would even help here.
It would, and we know Ricker has the leg. Trust me, I've seen him make boots from 45 plus, so he does have quite a leg on him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's extended that range ever since I last saw him kick in practice. But 9:49 and a big play coming up here for Lincoln. Third and 10 for the Cardinals from the Franklin 25.
Barnett split wide to the right.
Interesting set here. I can't seem to find Eldridge. He's under center. I just now find him, and we have a penalty for an illegal motion. Or is it a false start?
That was a strange play, and I'm not sure what happened because the person who shifted from the left side of the line to the right side of the line was a guard. It wasn't somebody who was eligible. They might have had somebody lined up wrong there. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
It could have been too many men in the backfield, possibly.
Could have been. You have to have 7 men on the line.
And now it's 3rd and 15, and they're still in a run-heavy set with only one receiver. Eldridge hands it off to Emmett Togney, who breaks through the line. Togney gets a decent amount of that yardage back, or he gets about 8, and it's going to bring up a more manageable 4th and 7. So Emmett Togney with a good burst of speed.
Now what? Field goal, or we go for this?
You're looking from here at a 44-yarder.
Nope.
Pardon me. You're looking at a 41-yarder, but it looks like Lincoln will keep their offense on the field.
Cameron Rank checked in.
Franklin's supporter section making noise for this 4th and 9. So Togney give him 6 on the last carry. 4th down and 9 for the Lincoln Cardinals from the Franklin 24-yard line.
Wow, look at this formation.
Eldridge in the gun, Togney behind him. Eldridge looking to throw, being chased, rolling out to his right, fires to Togney, who's going to be hit and try to stay on his feet, but he is going to be brought down just a yard shy of the 1st down marker.
Is he
short? There is a flag on the play.
That's a bullshit call. He's calling a legal substitution. The guy was not.
He is short, but the penalty is declined because it was a 4th down stop.
All right.
Flag would have been illegal substitution. And so Franklin, with a pretty big defensive stand, they're fired up on the sideline.
Togney caught that ball, and he was aiming for the flag, and it looked to me like he was really, really close, but The penalty nullifies all of that. The ball goes over on downs to the Lightning.
He would. Evan Togney with a fantastic effort to break that first tackle. He did end up probably about 2 feet short. And so Franklin gets the stop, but they are pinned down at their own 16. Reed hands it off and having a lot of room. Once again, that would be number 9, Heinzman. Heinzman with another great run, and he gets out to, want to say, the 25, so give him 8 on the carry from Heinzman.
Unfortunate circumstances there. I was hoping Cardinal would get some points out of that, but
certainly was a big drive, started out so promising. Emmett Togney doing his best on that drive. Franklin Lightning's defense holding strong. Reed out of the gun, under pressure, gets it out right side towards the sticks. That's complete for a first down and towards the sideline. Gain of 6. I believe that is number 13, Evan Rosenbrow again.
His second catch now for 36 yards.
Rosenbrow now with 8 receptions on the season, and that moves the sticks for the Franklin Lightning. Out of the gun is Will Reed. Well over 1,300 passing yards now on the season. Takes a snap. Here's a screen pass. Lincoln seems to be all over it. Parker Barnett brings him down at the 31, gain of 2.
It's a hard tackle.
7 minutes, 50 seconds left to play. Third quarter. Lincoln's defense trying to hold strong and keep this a 1-score game. Second down and 7 for the Cardinals.
He's cleaning his hands. It's a pass.
Heinzman in the backfield next to Reed, who motions a wide receiver, and they're going to do a delayed handoff to Heinzman, who pushes forward across the 35 to the 36. Give him about 3 or 4. Going to bring up a third down situation, a very big third down here. 3rd and 3. So Heinzman getting a breather right now. Coming in is 7 Cooper Hogg, who we've seen with a few carries tonight.
Heinzman has 16 carries. They should give him a rest.
And over 100 yards, I believe, at this point. And they did give that one to Hogg, but he's wrestled down well short of the sticks, and that's a late flag.
Come on!
And
it's going to be a late hit.
It was a late hit, and he was out of bounds. I hate to say it, but that probably is the right call.
You know, you tackle somebody, you got a hold of them, you spin them around, and you're still got a hold of them. You're not sure where you are on the field, and you make
exactly.
You make a tackle.
He wasn't doing it intentionally. It's tough to know where you are on the field. That's something that in the stands you don't understand all the time. That if you're a defender, you're just trying to go to the ball and get the hit. And unfortunately, he didn't know it, but he hit him out of bounds that time, and that's a 15-yard penalty.
Right. There's no intent required when you hit somebody out of bounds.
And so, unfortunately for Lincoln, that moves the chains for Franklin. Is that Heinzman or Hogg on the carry? Couldn't tell, but he picks up 4. That was Hogg again.
And that's his first carry of the game, I believe.
So now coming back into the game is Heinzman, the workhorse halfback. Lincoln trailing 14-6. 6:20 to play, third quarter. They're going to give it to Heinzman, met immediately by white jerseys. Back to the line of scrimmage. He might have gotten a couple of feet. But that's a great penetration play from Lincoln's defense. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 from the 35. Lincoln will need another third down stop here, and we're going to have a whistle. And now we right back.
I just looked at they didn't have the ball set.
Reed, quick throw, complete, making a move. First down, that is number 5, breaking a tackle now down the sideline, inside the 35, towards the sideline, pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Lando,
that star receiver for the Franklin Lightning. Again, he's got 9 touchdown receptions on the season.
And so far here in the second half, Reed is 3 of 3 for 23 yards.
Started out the game 1 for 5. Definitely in rhythm right now for Franklin. And this is a long possession. They've kept the ball for a long time, milking that clock a little bit. Reed. Right back to Cash. Cash Landau. Picks up 6. Watched him on film coming into this game, and Landau, a great route runner. Got great hands, speedy.
He's got 4 catches now for 35 yards.
Certainly looks to me like Landau has the tools to play at the next level. 2nd down and 4 for Franklin. Empty backfield for Reed, who's under pressure. Looking for the end zone, has a man wide open. That's complete. Touchdown, Franklin. On the reception was Ethan Amon.
Just the fade route. And got his hands out, got the ball to him. Touchdown. A total of, 20 yards on the pass completion.
And you got to give credit where credit is due there. Reed stayed in the pocket there. Pressure was picked up well by the Franklin offensive line. Just a perfectly executed play. The route was excellent from Amon, and the throw was right on the money from Reed, who, again, I was watching his film before the game as well. Really impressed with what I saw. Franklin's got some real talent on the field tonight, and they lead 20-6. Extra point coming. Tengen's PAT is up and perfect.
The time on all of that, 5:05 left in the third.
Franklin with some celebrations on the sideline, and hard to blame Reed for being excited. What is he now? Is he now 4 for 4 or 5 for 5?
5 for 5.
In this second half.
He is 5 for 5. Let me get the total here. Five for 5 for 40 yards and a touchdown.
So Lincoln trails 21-6. Got to give a very quick note that I'll be quiet in case anyone's recording the game. Oregon State up 21-0 in the fourth quarter on number 10 Utah. I love seeing that, Dave.
Why do you think Ben likes that score? Why do you think Ben is interested in that? Why has he got his camera down there? Ben is a senior at Oregon State.
I've been a Beaver since I was 6 years old, though. Even if I had gone somewhere else, it's not going to change. And I'd love to see the Beavers, who are looking like they're going to get a win over a
big win over a number 10 team.
Win over a top 10 team. I think the last time the Beavers beat a number 10 team was against Oregon in 2020. Kicking off is Tengen for Franklin. And Togney is going to be on the return. He had a fantastic return last time. Togney going straight up the middle. Togney finding some room. Emmett Togney down the sideline. And the kicker brings him down.
Last time Togney went, he went 40
yards.
yards.
A flag on the play, though.
This time he went 60. Wow. Flag on the play is going to bring this one back. It might have been, the spot of the flag is at the 50, holding on Lincoln, and it's going to back it up 10. It'll go back
so
to
still
the
good field position. Emmett Togney, I got to tell you what, Franklin's ought to consider maybe just kicking it out of bounds.
Exactly. Ben, you know what you and I have in common? We're both OSU fans.
Hey, and by the way, I want to check my last stat there, Dave. It was actually last year the Beavers beat number 9 Oregon. Oregon was number 13 when they beat them in 2020. Just want to check that. But Dave, how long have you been cheering for the Beavers?
No, I didn't say I was a Beaver fan. I said I was an OSU fan.
Oh, are you Ohio State? Oh, yeah, you're from Ohio, aren't you?
Right, I'm an Ohio State fan.
All right.
OSU to me means Ohio
State. Do people really call it that back in Ohio?
No.
They don't say OSU?
No.
Of course, the trio, if you got Oklahoma State, Oregon State, and Ohio State. Both OSU fans, so we'll go with that as we got a pre-snap penalty. A lot of laundry on the field in the second half, Dave.
Yellow gabardine on the AstroTurf.
I got to use that. I got to mix up my flag calls. Yellow Aberdeen.
Gabardine.
Gabardine, pardon me.
It's a form of cloth.
Gabardine, got to remember that. Yellow Gabardine's going to back, or did they pick up the Gabardine there? I think they might have picked it up.
Let's see.
It's still 1st and 10.
Yeah,
so
it's still first.
No penalty.
10. No penalty.
Well, if you are an Ohio State fan, got to give them big credit for that exciting win against Notre Dame last weekend.
I'm somewhat of a Notre Dame fan. I was born in South Bend, Indiana.
Oh, then you're a little conflicted there. Hand off to Emmett Togney, hit immediately.
No gain for Togney.
So is Notre Dame your second favorite team then?
No.
No?
I have 5 teams that I really like.
Oh, yeah?
Portland State, where I graduated, Oregon, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Air Force.
Air Force, huh? Not the Falcons?
I was in the Air Force for 5 years, so I'm kind of a fan.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, I've liked watching them play this year so far.
They lead the nation every year in rushing yardage.
Which is kind of funny because they're called Air Force on the ground.
Right, they haven't thrown the ball in years.
And so I thought we had a flag motion there, and they indicated a penalty against Franklin.
Well, they're indicating a penalty now against Lincoln.
So it must be offsetting then, is what I'm starting to think right now. So when play resumes, a lot to sort out right now, but Lincoln needs a big drive, trailing 21-6.
Well, it's taken us about 3 minutes to play the last 20 seconds.
I was thinking the same thing. See if we can get everything sorted out here. I don't know. You don't see this a whole lot. You see that the center of Lincoln was talking to the referees, as was defensive lineman on Franklin. They end up shaking hands. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 10 when the dust settles.
Now 21-6.
Togney hitting the backfield. Togney breaks the tackle. Emmett Togney has a first down and more. Emmett Togney down the sideline. Emmett Togney takes a big hit. Togney still going. Emmett Togney with one of the most fantastic rushes that I have seen ever.
65 yards
But did he step out of bounds though?
Maybe. He was so close to the sideline. It looks like they're saying he might have stepped out of bounds.
I don't know how he didn't go down there. That is unbelievable.
And they're spotting at about the, let's see, is that the 20?
And that's got to scare you if you're Franklin. A fantastic run from Togney. He was just bouncing off people like a pinball there. Keeps the drive alive. Sets Lincoln up at the 23-yard line.
Togney had 76 in the first half. He's got 83 in the second half. He's at 159.
And they fumble the snap. Eldridge going to pick it up, but that's going to be a loss in the play for Lincoln. And the last thing you want if you're Lincoln after a big play like that is to be going backwards. We saw it a lot with the Jefferson Democrats last week.
Think about this. Togney has more yards rushing in this game than he had last game.
No way.
And that's because he's had a 42-yarder and a 45-yarder. But he's at like I said, he's at 159. He had 151 last week.
And of course,
but that's in one quarter.
In one quarter, exactly. If you would have kept up that pace, you would have been well on track for 450, 500. Yeah, 500, 600. So that makes it 2nd and 13 for Lincoln. Emmett Togney not on the field for this play. Gordon at halfback. Over the middle, that's a completed pass to A.J. Reverman. A.J. Reverman inside the 20. Gets some of that yardage back. Going to bring up 3rd and 7.
What did I say when I was analyzing at halftime? Throw over the middle, just behind the linebackers, running some slant patterns. Reverman ran the slant, and he was wide open.
And, great minds think alike. It looks like Schnaufer was thinking the same thing there. And let's see if they can keep doing it, because that looked like a clean pass play.
I don't think he's going to rely on me for play calling.
Yeah, you never know. We'll see if they go back to you here. It's 3rd and it says 13, but it's 3rd and 8. Here's a pitch right side to Emmett Togney. Emmett Togney reversing field. He is tripped up, but he has a first down.
He came to a complete stop on a blast play to the right, completely changed directions back to the left, picked up a first down.
Emmett Togney, looks to me that he's running angry. He's got a lot of aggression to let out with his team trailing by 2 scores. And I give the ball right back to him here.
He has 91 yards rushing in the third quarter.
More than he had in the entire first half. Late substitution from Franklin.
Need a score.
From the 13-yard line. Give to Emmett Togney. Togney, right side. Emmett Togney will not be denied. Touchdown, Lincoln. Emmett Togney. And you can almost tell right when he got the ball there, no one's bringing him down.
That coming at the 2:23 mark. Plenty of time left.
And
You go for two?
That's what they're doing. I kind of like this call. Do it right now so you know what to play, how you're going to play later on in this half. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Second touchdown of the night for Togney. Got 3 last week.
Togney, I don't think he's on the field for this 2-point conversion play. 2:23 left to play, and the 2-point conversion would make it a 1-score, 7-point game. They motion Barnett. Eldridge to the end zone, off the hands of his intended target, incomplete, and so big stop for Franklin because now it remains a 2-score game. Elite Real Estate. Michelle Shahan, our dedicated realtor at Elite Real Estate, strongly supports Cardinal football just like a strong offensive line. Ready to score your next home? Make contact with her today, Elite Real Estate. So, despite the fact that it's still a 2-score game, the 2-point conversion failed, you got to be happy with Lincoln, especially the form Emmett Togney looked on that drive just would not be denied.
The whole drive covered 65 yards. By the way, Togney here, 8 carries in the third quarter, 104 yards. He's now got 180 for the game.
And I'll tell you what, I don't mean to be dramatic here, but on that last drive, I watched Adrian Peterson's high school highlights. He kind of looked like that, just no one could tackle him. I think great things will be in store for the senior Emmett Togney. Lincoln hopes great things in store for the rest of this game. Got 14 minutes and 23 seconds left. Lincoln down 9.
We talked about Heinzman having 100 yards in the first half, and he's got 11 in the second, 111. But now Togney's got 180.
It's they're trying to see who can. Do you think of an onside kick here possibly?
No.
And they do boot it deep. And it's a pretty good kick, fielded at the 10-yard line. Trying to angle out wide. Lincoln special teams all over that. He made it maybe the 15-yard line.
Trying to look. I thought that was number 10 for Lincoln. 10 is Abe Blackman. I think that he was over in that action. This is still a 2-score game, though. Lincoln needs more than 1.
So if you're Franklin, they'd love nothing more than to put together a drive and take some time off the clock.
Let's go, 5-0.
First down and 10 for Lincoln, for Franklin, from their own 16-yard line. High snap again, and I don't know who has the football in that. That is Heinzman. Runs for 5.
Let's go, 1-1. Hit somebody, buddy.
He picked up 5, so Heinzman efficient with carries. He came into this game, Heinzman did, averaging nearly 10 yards a touch. And he's probably got to be somewhere close to that tonight.
Well, now he's got 18 carries, and he's got 116 yards.
Okay, so not 10, but he's averaging a lot of yards a carry, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage here. Lincoln forcing a 3rd and 4.
Defense toughening up, and especially in the middle. Let's see, one of the players for Lincoln was kind of hobbling just a bit. It's 75.
Or if that's Franklin, rather, right? In the red jersey? Because there's a player in a red jersey.
Oh, no, there was a Lincoln player in
both 75?
75, and that is Trenton Dack.
Both 75 things. I saw Franklin 75.
Oh.
Limping a little bit, too.
Dack's okay, though. He's in the middle.
Reed fires towards the sticks. Miscommunication. It's incomplete.
Oh, right.
And Lincoln gets the stop.
First incompletion of the second half for Will Reed.
And you don't consider going for it here, do you? And Will Reed.
No.
Well, because Will Reed wanted to stay on the field, but his coach said, we're not doing that. Parker Barnett back to receive this punt. First time in a while Franklin's had to punt. It'll be Amon to get his 3rd punt of the night.
Need to get this and drive down the field and score again. See if Parker can get a great return.
59 seconds left to play, 3rd quarter. It's a great snap, and it's a great punt. Parker Barnett calling for a fair catch and makes a nice catch at the Lincoln 46, so it'll be good field position.
Wise move to fair catch that.
That's all. He would have been drilled. He's got great hands, Barnett. Making an important play there for Lincoln. Lincoln crowd feeding off some energy now.
Metal stands here so they can make a lot of noise.
Yep. Couldn't do that back at Old Lincoln High School when I was there. I don't know, do they have metal stands now there?
Yes.
Yep, okay, so I can do it now. Back, they had old wooden stands.
Yeah, they were. Those old wooden stands were bad.
If you did this, you might have fallen through them.
Might have fallen through.
No one was taking that risk. 1st and 10 Lincoln. Emmett Togny, you might have heard of him, in the backfield right now.
Power I formation.
And why not? And Franklin stacking the box now, and they try a little trickeration. Franklin couldn't tell who has the football, and that's 11.
Cameron Rank.
And I think they faked everyone out there.
I do too, and I think he picked up the first down.
He did. So the play did not look like a thing of beauty from the start for Lincoln, but it works out. 45 seconds left to play, 3rd quarter.
Rank will stay in the game.
Togny is the back.
Rank's the up back in the eye.
Liam Eldridge gives to Emmett Togny, who's met immediately, does try to spin off one tackler. He was, at Togny, no doubt he can spin off one or maybe 2 defenders. 5 is a little tougher, and he was met by a lot of red jerseys that time.
Going to get off maybe one more play before the end of the 3rd quarter.
See if Lincoln wants to. Eldridge coming in late, going to have to hustle if they want to get in the huddle, get the play, and then get it off. But it looks like they're breaking the huddle quickly. They've got the play in. 10 seconds left, 3rd quarter. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. From the Franklin 42. Franklin again stacking the box. Togny is the back. Eldridge rolling out to throw. Eldridge has a man in his face as he fires to the far sideline. Overthrew his intended target, A.J. Riverman. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. So we head to the 4th with the score Franklin 21, Lincoln 12. Give me some stats there, Dave.
All right, I'm working on this here. By the way, Eldridge is 1 of 2 passing here in the 3rd quarter for 10 yards. Togny now with a total 193 rushing.
Oh, he's going to get to 200 easy.
Leading rusher for Franklin, of course, is Heintzman. Heintzman now with 116 yards on 19 carries. In that 3rd quarter, Reed was 5 of 6 passing.
So Lincoln going to be faced with 3rd and 10 here to start the 3rd quarter after the incompletion.
4th quarter.
Thank you, Dave. Very important check there. The 4th quarter got 12 minutes, not 24 if you're Lincoln. And I got to think this is 4-down territory, so you have 2 plays to get 10 yards in my view here.
Yeah, maybe. See how many they
High
get this
snap,
time.
pitch to Emmett Togny. Can he catch the edge? He breaks inside. Emmett Togny breaking tackles, pushing the pile forward. He does get 6.
He evaded 1 tackler, evaded another, and then 4
met him right there. They're saying
4 met him and took him down. But I think they're close enough maybe to go for this here.
I absolutely think they are. At this point, down 2 scores, you go for it, I imagine. And I think Schnaufer is with me there. It's going to be 4th and 5. You can see Franklin scheming, knowing to stop Emmett Togny. They know they have to get about 8-9 hats to the football just to stop him.
Cardinal going to go for it.
They're in pass-heavy set. They got 3 receivers out there, but Togny in the backfield. 4th down and 5. Eldridge trying to do a little bit of hard count. Now he looks to the sideline. Eldridge setting his offense. Dropping back to throw. Eldridge rolling out right side. Liam Eldridge looking for the end zone. He's got a man wide open. It's complete. Parker Barnett. Touchdown, Lincoln. A beautifully drawn up play. And this is a 3-point football game.
40 yards on the pass from Eldridge to Parker Barnett for the touchdown, 21-18.
Just like that, we haven't seen a lot of success from the Lincoln passing offense tonight. That time it was a thing of beauty. Parker Barnett running a great route. Eldridge put it on a dime. And Lincoln's going to go for 2.
Franklin was stacked at the line of scrimmage. They were expecting Togney.
I would have been expecting Togney there. And it works out beautifully. Lincoln's going to go for 2 here.
I don't blame them.
To try to make this a 1-point football game. But this is a big play here, because if you don't get this, then a Franklin touchdown makes it a 2-score game again. Eldridge out of the gun. It's empty backfield. Just as I say that, Lincoln substitutes a player on late. Still empty backfield for Liam Eldridge. Eldridge takes the snap, looks to throw, corner of the end zone. It's caught, held momentarily, but not being able to hang on is, I believe that was Kelsey.
Remember last week when we saw Jefferson stack 4 receivers on one side? That's what Lincoln did. They may have been taking that from last week. Stack 4 on one side and throw to the other side.
And so Lincoln on 4th and 5, a long touchdown pass of 37 yards to Parker Barnett from Liam Eldridge gets them right back into this game. Failed 2-point conversion, 21-18, 11 minutes left.
All right, in the first half, Liam Eldridge, I mentioned to you, was 2 of 8 passing for 20 yards. Here in the second half, he's 2 of 3 for 50 yards.
So, Lincoln set to kick off.
A good thing about that was scoring right here so early in the fourth quarter, because now they got the whole fourth quarter to work with.
Lincoln certainly has chipped into that deficit very quickly. And remember I was saying the missed PAT could bite you? Well, it's led to 2 failed 2-point conversions. We could be tied.
We've missed all the conversions.
Every conversion. Lincoln has not gotten any points after scoring a touchdown tonight. A lot of energy here on the Lincoln side of the crowd.
2 touchdowns in the span of about 4 minutes off the clock.
Short kick going to be fielded at the 14. Again, good kickoff coverage from Lincoln. He's brought down at the 27-yard line. Garfinkel Orthodontics celebrating 50 years of helping Portland smile. Dr. Judah, LHS alum from 1992, and the entire team at Garfinkel Orthodontics are proud to support Lincoln High School and excited to help your family smile. Complimentary consultations at garfinkelortho.com. Garfinkel Orthodontics. Big drive here for Franklin as the momentum has totally shifted. High snap. They're going to give to, I don't know why I can never remember his name. Heinzman. I got to get that. Heinzman on the carry, picks up 5. Decent play on first down from the Lightning. Second down and 5 after the 5-yard pickup from Heinzman. Heinzman behind Reed right now. And they're fake to hand off to Heinzman. Goes to the outside. Broken up.
Almost intercepted.
I believe that was Garrett Schmokel on the coverage. And it's going to be 3rd and 5. Great coverage by Schmokel. On him like glue that time. Sets up 3rd down and 5 for Franklin.
Coach Snoffer said to watch Garrett Schmokel. He said that last week. That was a big play. Boy, he stepped right in front of the receiver and knocked that down.
10-17 left to play in this football game. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw is Reed. Reed going for it all right here. He's got a man towards the sideline. Great coverage again by Schmokel, and it's 4th down. Garrett Schmokel on him like glue.
On that series of downs, Franklin's wide receivers did not go into the huddle. They stayed out in their position. There must be some hand signals to them about what the play is, but they did not huddle up. Let's see if they do that on the next time they get the ball.
I believe they're setting up to punt. Yeah, they are setting up to punt here. Barnett back at his own 35-yard line. Franklin, with their defense reeling the last couple drives, could really use a great punt here. It's a good snap and a very nice punt. Going to take a hop. Parker Barnett wisely gets away from it, but that's an effective punt down to the 32-yard line of Lincoln.
Last two drives, Cardinals have scored.
And it's been nearly impossible to stop Emmett Togney, although it was a pass play they used that last time. Togney, I'm sure, always in the minds of Franklin, and the fear of Togney set up that last pass play.
Exactly. Overplaying the run, got Parker Barnett behind everybody.
And they got 4 receivers set, 2 slot, 2 wide right here. Togney in the backfield. Eldridge in the shotgun. Eldridge hands it off to Emmett Togney, who makes the first man miss, but only gets back to the line of scrimmage. $9:50 left to play in this one. And it's 2nd down and 9 for Lincoln. Togney got a yard on that last carry. $9:35 left to play. Lincoln down 21-18. They were down 21-6. 12 unanswered. A couple of failed 2-point conversions have maintained the 3-point lead for Franklin. Lincoln takes a while to break the huddle. They do now. Togney in the backfield. 3 receivers set again. 1 receiving tight end. They motion a man. Eldridge drops back to throw over the middle, and it's complete to A.J. Reverman. A.J. Reverman in the open field, brought down from behind to the 48-yard line. A big play for A.J. Reverman. Another completed pass from Liam Eldridge.
15 yards on the completion to Reverman. He's got 2 catches now for 25 yards.
So Franklin's defense really on their heels now. 9 minutes left to play in this football game.
Eldridge had 20 yards passing in the first half, 65 here in the second half.
Franklin's defense a little bit confused ahead of this play. They're going to bring some pressure. Here's a handoff to Togney, who's met immediately. No, Eldridge kept it. I was fooled. Eldridge kept it, and a flag is down.
That might be holding on the Cardinal in the backfield.
No, it's roughing the passer.
No.
Oh, intentional grounding, isn't it?
Intentional grounding.
Pardon. Intentional grounding. I thought I saw him doing the edge of the roughing the passer. They called.
No, that's intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
That'll cost you a down, too. He was in the grasp, and he just let that go. And he wasn't outside the tackle.
No, he was in the pocket, or the tackle box, I should say. And that is a big penalty, because that's a 15-yarder. So it's going to be 2nd down and 25. 8:36 left to play. So 2nd down and a mile. Togney is the back. Eldridge out of the gun. Eldridge drops back to throw. He's under heavy pressure. Dumps it off to Emmett Togney, who is hit immediately and makes the reception. But gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a country mile.
See, that intentional grounding was from the spot of the foul. And that's why it was. That's why it's 3rd and 28.
28, not 25. Is grounding spot of the foul not a 15-yarder? I thought it was from this. Is it all?
Well, wait a minute. It was 15 yards, and it was 3rd.
Oh, 2nd and 13 wasn't
right?
Yeah. Or 1st. Yeah. 7:50 left to play. 3rd and forever. Lincoln going to try to get a chunk back. Looking to throw under heavy pressure as Eldridge launches down the left sideline. Closer to Franklin DBs than anyone else, and it's going to bring up an imagined punting situation here.
Well, Eldridge threw that one 30 yards in the air. The problem was the receiver broke off the route at about 20.
So a little miscommunication is. I know that you're losing, but I think you got to punt this one away. There's still 8 minutes left, and your defense has been playing well.
You can't give them the ball.
So
and Rickards punted really well tonight.
So intentional grounding really puts a damper on that drive. Lance Ricker back to punt. It's a high snap. It was over the head of Lance Ricker. He's still got a chance.
Kick it out of the end zone.
Ricker breaks one tackle. Now it's a fumble, and Lance Ricker did all he could there. But Franklin's going to take over inside the Lincoln 10-yard line.
The wise thing to do in that circumstance is if you're the punter is just to kick that ball out of the end zone and take a safety.
Take the 2 points. Yep. Because you're only down 3. And then,
right.
But it's easier said than done when you're in the moment. And big momentum shift as now Franklin's got it inside the 10-yard line of Lincoln. Lincoln's been money on all their long snaps all night.
Right. And Ricker was trying to get that away, and he actually came close to getting it away, but the safe thing to do would be to kick
it out of the end zone. I thought he was going to get away for a second there. So Franklin from the 10-yard line. Here's Heinzman right up the middle. Heinzman into the end zone. Touchdown, Franklin. So Josiah Heinzman wasting no time, saying, hey, it's not just Togdy, I can run too. And it's a 9-point game. 9 yards on the touchdown run from Heinzman.
That's his second touchdown of the night. He had a 9-yard touchdown run in the second quarter.
And this just goes to show, Dave, how quickly the momentum can flip. They had a big completion to A.J. Reverman. Extra point is up and good. And right after that, you take the intentional grounding penalty, and that's where it all went downhill. Next thing you know, you're punting. Next thing you know, you got the bad snap. And there's been a lot of momentum shifts in this game. This is going to be a tough one for Lincoln to overcome.
Lincoln needs to come back and score right away. This has been a great game.
28-18.
What a huge, huge turn, though, because if Lincoln had marched down the field, they would have taken the lead. Instead, they gave up a touchdown and go down by 10.
Kept trying to go with the pass after a couple of big completions. Of course, one to Barnett for a 37-yard touchdown, then to A.J. Reverman on a slant route. Trying to keep going with it, and Franklin was ready, forcing an intentional grounding. Killed the drive. And given the last two kickoffs, do you want to kick this to Emmett Togny? I sure wouldn't. If you're Franklin, I might
kick it high up in the air into a shorter up back. Or
I would almost say just squib it up 2 scores.
That's a good idea too.
Because anything to keep it away from number 5 in white. Tengen does do a squib, and it works out beautifully. Lincoln scrambling just to recover it. The ball is still loose, and they do get it. But you can't draw that up any better if you're Franklin's special teams coach.
No, that's exactly the way to do that. You should draw it up.
So the Cardinals still very much in this football game, and you see a celebration there with the coach and
probably the special teams coach.
He executed it beautifully, giving a big props and a big slap on the back to his kicker Tengen there, who's had a good night. So Lincoln, the good news for the Cardinals, still very much in this game. And do they have 2 or 3 timeouts? Do they have a full complement? It doesn't. I don't think it shows up there.
Oh, I don't see.
That could make a huge difference if they had a full complement. Timeouts.
I thought they took a timeout early in the third quarter.
They might have. And Eldridge hands it off to Togny, who swarmed at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go.
Play action, coach. They're committing to the run.
And if you're Lincoln here, you don't want to abandon what's going to be best, but you might have to start thinking to pass soon, down 2 scores. 2nd and 12, that was a loss of 2. Liam Eldridge under center, 7 minutes to play. Pitch to Togny, that play's worked well so far tonight. Togny this time bottled up the Franklin defense all over that play, another loss.
The right defensive end and right defensive tackle for Franklin, just string that play out. Let the backers come up and make the tackle.
And so it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 14 for the Lincoln Cardinals. 6 minutes, 38 seconds left to play. And if you're Lincoln, this is probably 4-down territory at this point in the game.
I don't know. Plenty of time. I mean, you don't want to get Franklin the ball that close again.
No, you certainly don't want to do that. 3rd and 15, Liam Eldridge works out of the gun. Clock rolling out to his right is Liam Eldridge being chased down. He's going to have to get rid of this one quickly. Fires towards the sideline. It was complete, but out of bounds was Barnett. So great vision by Barnett to know where he was and try to make the catch there, but just a little too far towards the sideline. 6 minutes, 11 seconds left to play, and this is where we'll see Schnaufer's decision.
Well, it looks like the offense is staying out there, but
From the 27-yard line, Lincoln's lost 5 yards in this drive. They started at their own 32. And it looks like they will keep the offense on the field on 4th down and 15. Liam Eldridge getting the call from the sideline.
all right, if you got a great play drawn up, now's the time to run it.
Liam Eldridge out of the shotgun. Eldridge drops back to throw. He's under all sorts of pressure, and Liam Eldridge has no chance. He's sacked for a big loss, and that's a turnover on downs. So
That's a high risk, high reward play, and it turned out to be high risk.
not a lot of options if you were Schnaffer there, but to go for it. So much momentum towards the end of the third quarter is completely flipped. Got to give credit to Franklin for taking a punch and getting back up with it. 6 minutes and 6 seconds left to play in the football game. First down and 10 for Franklin from the Lincoln 27-yard line. Reed hangs it off to Heinzman. Heinzman breaking into the open, making men miss, and that's another really nice run from Josiah Heinzman. And he was still going. It was tough to see from my angle. He broke towards the sideline. He has a first down for sure. It's going to bring up first and goal. Great run from Heinzman.
Senior skill players for Franklin.
And
Reed, Heinzman, the receiver, Landau, they're all seniors.
And at the 1 yard line, first down and goal, Reed in the gun. High snap! And it's recovered by Will Reed of Franklin. Oh, what a great opportunity there. Franklin just happy, probably breathing a sigh of relief.
A long list of high snaps. I thought that one was going to result in a turnover. It did not.
And it could have possibly even been a scoop and score if Reed hadn't got back on that one. The good news for Lincoln is that now instead of first and goal from the 1, it's second route, another touchdown pass from Will Reed.
Amon on the reception. Wow, he's had a big night. 115 yards receiving for Amon.
Franklin 34, Lincoln 18. Boy, I'll tell you what, when it was 21-18, I don't think a lot of people could have predicted Franklin would respond like this. Tengen adds to a great night kicking the football. Perfect on another PAT, and it's 35-18. A few minutes left, and give me some of the stats on time and possession and plays, man.
Oh, I don't. It took me a while to figure that out. I was just looking.
It's quite a bit to a little. It's a lot to a little. So
that is the second touchdown pass of the night for Amon from Reed.
Amon having a very good game. You can keep in mind there are two Amons who are star receivers. I don't know if they're related or not. They're both seniors. That means they're twins. I, of course, being a twin myself, would expect that if they're in the same class and last name and were related, they'd have to be twins. But we don't know about that. There's Eli and Ethan. Both of them have had nice nights, and two for Ethan, I believe.
Yes. So we were at 21-18. Cardinals with the ball. Now we're at 35-18.
Things were looking up for Lincoln so much. In fact, Franklin was probably just so glad they got that intentional grounding there, or else things could have gone a whole lot different. There was a great reception to Reverman.
Now their only loss is to Roosevelt, and of course Cardinal have Roosevelt next week at home.
Should be a great matchup at Mike Walsh Field. It is still Mike Walsh, correct?
Yes.
And the little squib, again, they don't want to give it to Emmett Togney. This is covered up at the 40-yard line, so Lincoln will have good starting field position. Premier Jets specializes in worldwide service and has experience visiting nearly every part of the world. We provide fast worldwide transport service to 6 continents, including all Pacific Islands. Our services include an air ambulance, on-demand cargo, or charter flights. That's Premier Jets.
You know, they were willing to sacrifice letting the ball be spotted out by the 40 instead of kicking it to Togney.
I think that just says so much about how dangerous Togney is, and he had that dominating, would have been putting it lightly, period of the third quarter. where he was just unstoppable. Low snap, Eldridge rolling out to his left, now coming back across his body, taking a deep shot for Parker Barnett, who's got it in stride. Have a night, Parker Barnett. A 60-yard touchdown pass from Liam Eldridge. Don't go anywhere yet.
The last two passes from Eldridge to Barnett, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards.
I'd say that's a play you want to keep going back to. I love watching Parker Barnett play. He's only listed at 5'7", so not the biggest guy on the field, but I love his receiving ability. I love his vision. I really like watching Parker Barnett play, and a great throw from Liam Eldridge, who, as you mentioned, now has 2 long touchdown passes tonight.
And they were just on different sides of the field. They ran the same play, and they were stacked up waiting for Togney.
And Lance Ricker boots this one right through this time, showing that I may have missed the first, but does not define me. Perfect PAT from Lance Ricker, and I think it's probably going to be an onside kick here. Dave, or what would you?
Yeah.
Definitely in the equation.
Yep, I'd onside kick it here.
Before we get back to the 34-25 game, just want to point out Beavers have upset number 10 Utah. So big night for my school, Oregon State.
Congratulations to the Beavers.
21-7, looks like they're about to storm the field. Why not? Big top 10 win. But what's important right now, Lincoln's comeback attempt, as they've just had an electric 60-yard touchdown pass from Eldridge to Barnett. Just when you think it might be over.
Eldridge to Barnett, 2 passes, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards.
I'd say just go that way every time you have the ball.
Well, I don't think that Franklin's going to stack the line of scrimmage anymore right there in front of
No,
Togney.
I think they've learned their lesson about that. And if you're Lincoln, you're probably just wishing there was another quarter left to play, because you do get the sense that their offense could do a lot of damage. And looks like Lincoln, again, would not be surprised to see an onside kick here, and that's what Franklin's expecting.
20 yards passing for Eldridge in the first half, 125 yards passing here in the second.
And it is an onside. Pretty good kick towards the left side, but Franklin does grab it. So Franklin 2-0 on onside kicks recoveries tonight.
Took a high bounce, and that's always kind of, that makes it less effective when it takes that high bounce right in front of the kick returner.
So I think that was Heinzman who got it.
I think so.
So have a night, Heinzman. 4 minutes, 8 seconds left. So Lincoln, of course, has to force a 3 and out here.
60 points we've had here so far tonight, and I don't think we're done.
Wonder what the over-under was coming into this game.
Right.
Want to take the over, I'd imagine. 4:08 left to play. Reed in the gun, high snap. There is Heinzman on the carry. Back to the line of scrimmage. Lincoln's defense doing what it needs to on that play. Clock bleeds to under 4 minutes left to play. Tell you what, if Lincoln can score that efficiently every time they get the ball, though, there might be enough time left in this football game.
Heinzman had 100 yards rushing in the first half, 31 here in the second half.
3 minutes, 40 seconds left to play. Will Reed out of the gun.
They're just playing the clock.
And seems like a lot of time between plays. They do hand it off. Stacked up. Loss of a yard.
2 straight carries for Heinzman, no yards. In fact, he
Timeout,
lost
Lincoln.
2.
So a timeout taken by Lincoln. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10 for Franklin. 3:10 left to play, and of course you're Lincoln, you get a stop here. You come back with, if you get another efficient long pass, hey, never know what could happen here.
You're still down 10, though. You need 2 scores.
Of course you need 2 scores.
They're all fouls and we're not done. Let's go. This game's not over, Red. Let's go, Red.
Game went into halftime at 14-6, now 35-25, so an offensive onslaught. Obviously the high punt snap being a key factor in this second half.
No, we've had 45 points here in the second half.
In the gun, Reed. Heinzman's the back. See if they keep it on the ground. Option, that's a risky play, but they do get it to Heinzman, who's going to run for a first down, I believe, towards the sideline. He does have a first down. Man, that is a risky play to run an option in that situation.
Well, it was well designed and well executed because they got the pitch out to Heinzman. It's right on the money. Great pitch.
Will Reed showing off a little bit of emotion there, giving the first down signal to his crowd, and that might just about do it. But, credit for the guts on that call, but that's risky, but it worked out. Heinzman.
They're going to keep the ball on the ground now, run as much time off the clock as they can.
No reason not to keep the ball on the ground, even though they have a few receivers. And just as we say that, there's a screen pass to the right side. I think was that Amon or was that Cash? That was Cash Landau on the reception there. And
well, what do we know?
Seriously? I'm surprised that they would
Me too.
get it in the air, but they do. And clock does keep ruling. Franklin obviously has a lot of confidence in that passing offense, and it's hard to blame them. You can tell they work it a lot in practice. One of the better offensive PIL, passing offensive PIL teams I think I've ever seen. They've got a great system going there. He's in the gun. Lincoln flinches a little, but they get in the backfield immediately. Heinzman's dropped for a pretty big loss. So they do keep it on the ground. Lincoln takes a timeout ahead of this 3rd and 11 play. So Lincoln will be behind Franklin will be behind the 6 for this 3rd down. Saw it a lot against Jefferson, making them work for 3rd and long. Have it right now with 2:09 left to play. And was that Lincoln's final timeout? I think it might have been.
I think it is.
And so obviously
I think that's 3.
So Franklin will probably want to keep this one on the ground, knowing it's going to be tough to convert 3rd and 12 to burn some time off the clock. .209 left to play, 35-25. Lincoln down 10. 3rd down and 11. Pardon me. Yes, no, there's 3rd and 11 for Franklin. Will Reed in the gun. Heinzman's the back, and they drew him off sides. Reed clapping his hands. They got the hard count there. You can tell that's what Franklin was going for. Going to be a 5-yard penalty. So makes it a little easier for Franklin to convert now on 3rd down and 6. 3rd and 6 for Franklin from the Lincoln 35-yard line. Will Reed in the gun's going to look to throw on 3rd down, gets it to the outside, and it's broken up. It might have been intercepted. No, it was incomplete. Incomplete. I cannot believe they go to the air there, Dave.
Especially in that situation, and the receiver took a big hit, coughed the ball up, but I thought it split wide to the right.
Franklin's given more attention to the pass now. Emmett Togney is in the backfield. Low snap, rolling out is Liam Eldridge. He's being chased towards the sideline. This is a dangerous look, and I think he might have stepped out of bounds.
I think that's saying he stepped out of bounds.
I think he stepped out of bounds. So I don't think that throw is going to matter. It's going to be second down.
It would have been an interception. The Franklin defender.
Did he get a foot down?
He was standing in bounds. It was number 6, and that is Max Wallace.
Heck of an effort by Wallace there. Great body control. Does that count as a sack?
Does that count as a sack? No.
No, it does. Okay, because it's a loss of 3. Stepped out, but it's going to be just a loss on the play for Lincoln.
It counts as a rushing attempt, a loss on a rushing attempt.
Does it count as tackle for loss? So it counts the tackle for loss?
No, nobody tackled him.
Oh, so just rushing, lost 3. Out of the gun, Liam Eldridge. 1 minute, 47 seconds left. Low snap, Eldridge rolling out across his body towards the left side. Still rolling towards the sideline. He's going to be hit and run out of bounds that's a sack.
Coverage was good. They just strung him out to the left side until he went out of bounds. He had no choice.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and a long ways to go for the Lincoln Cardinals.
You're back in the huddle now, and Eldridge just needs to say 3 words. Everybody go deep.
Go deep and give me some time.
Right. Give me some time.
And maybe I can connect with Barnett for another big play. Reverman also a big receiving option for the Lincoln Cardinals.
Barnett's drawing one-on-one coverage out there. He's got number 11 on him. That is Joaquin Moffitt.
Hope Moffitt's ready.
Yeah. See if Barnett comes out there. Yep, he's going to take him one-on-one.
Little surprise there, but Franklin having faith in their scheme they've gone with all night. Multiple men in the backfield here, 3rd and 18, minute 40 left to play. And Eldridge motions a man, low snap. Eldridge gets it, now rolling out to his right. Eldridge looking downfield, doesn't have a lot of men open on his back foot, fires incomplete. And it's 4th down and 18.
Eldridge simply has had no time on the last 3 plays. He can't get a pass away because he's under so much pressure.
Again, I wonder if Brady Holland being out making a difference on the offensive line as well as the defensive. So a minute 32 left to play, and I think what you just said still stands. Everybody go deep.
Remember, too, Patty Ryan isn't on the line tonight because he tore his ACL and is going to be out for the season. So
losing 2 starting linemen in a matter of a week. We hope that Holland will to come back this season. Haven't heard an update on him since the injury. Minute 32 left to play, 35-25, Franklin leads. Delay game on Lincoln. So Lincoln, assuming they don't pull off the improbable here, will drop to 2-1 in PIL play.
Well, that's interesting because so would Franklin. Franklin would be 2-1. Lincoln would be 2-1.
Yep.
Franklin would be 4-1 overall. Lincoln would be 2-3, but both of them would be 2-1 in the PIL.
That's what Franklin's trying to prove here. Get to that 2-1 record under a ton of pressure again as Eldridge. He goes down, sacked. The ball came loose, picked up by a Lincoln lineman. And you were talking about pressure. He had maybe a quarter second there.
We'll have to see what Roosevelt does tonight, but if they won and they're 3-0, then Roosevelt and Lincoln would meet next week with the Cardinals still with a chance.
Obviously, Roosevelt, a good football team because they defeated Franklin 40-27 last week. I know they're well coached by Ryan McCants, who was the special teams coordinator, a great guy when I was there.
I think the other team that's 2-0, I think Wells is 2-0.
Wells is 2-0. Wells looks good. Taking a knee is Franklin.
They're going to have to do this a couple of times. Clock is running. Lincoln has no timeouts.
Can't do anything to stop the clock. So final score is going to be Franklin 35, Lincoln 25.
Both teams are lining up.
Yeah, they're lining up
for the handshake.
They know how this is going. All Will Reed has to do is take a knee. He's got to do that 2 more times. Does it once here and 1 more time coming. Inside of 35 seconds, he'll take a snap. So Franklin's going to get the win, 35-25, and improve to 2-1. Both teams now 2-1 in PIL play.
Franklin will be 4-1 overall. Cardinal will be 2-3, but both teams 2-1 in the PIL. Lincoln facing Roosevelt next week. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the week after that is Wells.
I think you're right. So back-to-back, very tough PIL games.
That's it. Don't have to kneel down again.
As Will Reed, another impressive night, and the Franklin Lightning get a win, a big win over the Lincoln Cardinals. Got to give Franklin a lot of credit being punched in the mouth early, going down 6-0, that 42-yard Emmett Togney run.
Let me recap the scoring by quarters in this game. Franklin led at the end of 1, 7-6. At halftime, it was 14-6. Franklin, it was 21-12 at the end of 3. And then that big fourth quarter, Franklin scored 14 points. Lincoln scored 13 points to make our final score 35-25.
Again, Franklin, a balanced offense. Heinzman, how many yards did Heinzman have on the ground tonight?
Let's see. Let me look at this real quick. $143.
140, so a good night for Heinzman. And then Togney, a good night as well, especially that third quarter. He looked dominant.
Togney actually wound up with 180 yards rushing. Let me recap the scoring for you in the fourth quarter since we had all those points. It was 21-6 going into the fourth quarter. It was 21-12 going into the fourth quarter. The Cardinals had scored on that 13-yard run by Togney just before the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter, 21-18 after a 40-yard touchdown pass from Aldridge to Parker Barnett, that coming at 10:56. The Lightning came back 3 minutes later at 7:31, a 9-yard run by Heitzman. The point after touchdown by Tengen made it 28-18. Then the Cardinals scored again at 4:23. The Lightning scored at 4:23. The 14-yard pass from Reed to Amon. And the point after touchdown by Tengen made it 35-18. It was the Cardinal then with that last score. That coming at the 4:13 mark, a 60-yard pass from Liam Eldridge to Parker Barnett, the point after touchdown by Ricker. And that was our final score then, 35-25.
So a far cry from the dominating performance over Jefferson last week. This Franklin team's excited. Don't blame them. Adam Grimes said his team was really excited for this one. They showed a lot of energy on the field.
Let me tell you that Franklin is a very good team. They're well coached. They're balanced. They ran the ball just as much as they passed the ball tonight. They look effective doing both of those. The Cardinal, well, they got a couple of really big plays to keep them in this game. A 60-yard pass and a 40-yard pass, both from Eldridge to Barnett. But tonight, it looked like Franklin was deserving of that 4-1 record that they have right now.
Franklin certainly, easy to see why they're in the top 30 rankings. Then, of course, coming into this game, that of course they'll move up. I was most impressed with how they were able to respond after the big third quarter run from Lincoln, 12 unanswered points.
And that's Lincoln made a run late, got it to 21-18, and then just unfortunately couldn't make another go at it. Fell behind more and was behind 35-18 when they scored. So another learning experience. But remember, these two teams they're the same record in the PIL. They're both 2-1.
So long season left ahead, and now 4 straight home games for Lincoln to close out the regular season. So the final score: Franklin 35, Lincoln 25.
All right, got some people we want to thank. We want to thank, of course, Franklin High School for their hospitality. I want to thank both of the head coaches tonight we had a chance to talk to before the game. They were very helpful to Ben and I. I want to thank Liam Eldridge, his dad, Ryan, for spending some time with me before the game and filling me in on some things that really, really helped us. Our crew tonight, Justin on the camera. We've got Steve, our audio engineer back there. Ben, who did the play-by-play. Ryan Johnson, he's showed up here, our producer, late. I want to thank all of them. I want to remind you, we're Oregon Sports Beat. Go to OregonSportsBeat.com. We have our calendar up, and it'll tell you where we're going to be and what the locations, what the game start times are on all of that. So thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dave Hall on behalf of Ben Paul. Our final score here at Franklin High School, it is the Franklin Lightning 35, the Lincoln Cardinal 25. Good night, everybody.